50% or by 100%, you will certainly go ahead and put out the word about what we are trying to do at Growth School. So on that note, I would like to introduce all of you to your mentor for the day, Vaibhav Sisanti. I know that all of you or many of you would have already heard of him because he is an internet personality. But if you actually look at his background, he comes from a small town in Orissa. He did not go to any IIT or IIM, right? A lot of people today tell us that to be successful, we have to have an IIT degree or we have to be from the top business schools. But we don't think so. You have to become a practitioner and you have to pick up skills. And that is what Vaibhav did. He studied in this university called Geetham University, which is in Andhra Pradesh. And while studying in college, he started a bunch of companies. His journey started with this company called Discovering Android. And eventually, he started this company called Crazy Heads. And with Crazy Heads, he was doing a revenue that is close to around 2 crores. And and after starting Crazy Heads, he went on to work with brands like Uber and Klook, and he played a major role in launching Uber in India and also internationally in many markets. And eventually, he went on to work at Klook. But while doing all of this, during COVID, he got laid off. He got laid off twice, and that kind of motivated him to start teaching people because there's a lot of value that can be provided when practitioners come and teach you, and that gave birth to Growth School. And at Growth School, we have raised our seed funding of $5 million, which kind of helped us help a lot of people upskill themselves, like I spoke earlier. And Vaibhav also has more than 1 million followers on social media. And lately, we at Growth School have been using AI to do a lot of things that help us get this kind of distribution as well. And we are going to be sharing all of those secrets with all of you. How many of you would want to build a following like this on social media for yourself? Drop a me on the chat. Drop a me on the chat if you want to get started on the journey of building a following like this for yourself and building that thought leadership. We are going to be sharing secrets of all of this and in terms of how you can do it with AI in today's session. Vaibhav has also consulted and worked with more than 100 brands globally, and he has been featured in a bunch of publications. Now that's all about Vaibhav, and on that note, I would like to call him up into the call. Drop in a boom to welcome Vaibhav into the session. I am just giving him the access to come on stage and take this forward from here. Folks, would want
all right. I
drop
hope you guys can
on
hear
chat.
me and see me. Just trying to fix things up. Awesome. How's it going, guys? I hope you guys can hear me and see me. Very excited to host all of you people. I love the booms coming in the chat. Please keep them on. Brilliant, brilliant. So just give me a second. I'll just set my screen up so that I have everything in place to make sure I deliver everything that the team has kind of committed. All right. Funny, is my screen visible properly?
Yes, it is. We can see it now.
Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Just give me a second. There you go. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Superb, guys. Very excited to host all of you people. If in case you're wondering why am I looking on this side, that's because that's how I can see your chats here. This is a big screen that I have. But funny, did we run the poll?
We ran the
to
poll,
get a sense.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let me pull the poll results. Oh, perfect. I got a sense of the poll. Folks, very excited to have all of you people. There's a lot that is coming your way. But as we get started, right, I wanted to have a quick look at what kind of people do we have on the session today. Okay, this is great. Thank you so much for sharing this information. And the reason why I asked this information to come out, right? And Funny, thank you so much for such a generous introduction. Funny usually goes over the board talking about me, but we just try, right? With that being said, very excited to host this two-day mastermind. there's a lot that is coming your way today and tomorrow. So I hope to see all of you people tomorrow as well, learning everything that is coming your way, right? So before we get started, the reason why I wanted to get a sense of who you guys are, because I wanted to kind of tune the session to the right way, in the right way, so that for all of you people, I can talk in language that I can relate to. And guys, with AI coming in the picture, the world is fundamentally changing, right? I've been teaching AI for like almost a couple of years now, taught more than I think 5-6 million people all over the world, and I've seen this transition happening. And I think there's never a better time to level up on AI than we are at this point of time. So I wanted to start this session by addressing where we are getting to, and right after that I'll give you the problem statement we have and what is the solution for that as well. So it's incredible. As a start, let us just get going. So when I saw the results, right, I kind of guessed it, that there are two kinds of people that I see in the audience. One is entrepreneurs, and the other kind are working professionals or students who want to become working professionals, right? So when you look at entrepreneurs, I'm kind of talking about those people who are running a startup, running a business, or are basically freelancers or consultants. And I also see a lot of working professionals with a lot of years of experience coming in to level up with AI. These are the two kinds of people that I see. But I'm very, very certain there is this third category of people that exists as well. And this third category of people is what I would like to call as hustlers. Now, why do I call them hustlers? Because these are people who are probably both entrepreneurs and working professionals. Or, you're working for a full-time job while you're also doing something in parallel, right? As a startup gig or as a side hustle or whatever. Very cool. There are a bunch of kinds of people like this. So let's talk about each one of the people and how AI is going to impact, what are the problems that you guys might face, and how do we solve them. Okay, that's how we'll go about it. So let's get started talking about working professionals. Now, all the working professionals out there, I'm sure you probably are living in times where you're actually paranoid, actually scared. And frankly, if I was you, I would be as well, because we are living in crazy, crazy times. I mean, I have about 12 to 13 years of work experience, and I don't think there was ever a time in my last 12, 13 years since I'm working where a time like this has come. This is not some, markets falling or recession happening or any of those things. Those are essentially factors that comes in cycle any which ways. But AI has been very, very foundationally different because it is fundamentally changing the way we operate the world, right? And until today, right, as we think about our jobs, we always have been told that, hey, if you are a working professional, you have to start focusing to become a specialist, right? If you're doing in marketing, spend a lot of time in marketing and become a specialist in marketing, become a specialist in design, become a specialist in software development, finance, data, sales, operations. Because as you become deeper and as you go deeper and deeper on any category that you're operating with and you become a specialist, that is how you were able to grow really fast in your career. But you know what? With AI coming into the picture, that is changing. Over the course of the next 5 years, almost all people who are in specialist jobs, I said almost all, not all, right? Almost all people who are doing specialist jobs, those jobs will cease to exist. And that is purely because of how AI is working. You see, you know this already, and you have been hearing this across the board already. This will happen, and this is happening right now. The effect of this has already started. AI will take 4 out of 5 jobs out there. And if you think about, if AI will take 4 out of 5 jobs, who is going to do all these jobs? All these jobs would be taken up by something called as AI agents. There is something called as AI agents that's going to come in and it's going to take up a lot of these jobs. Right? Now you'll be like, Vaibhav, what the hell are these AI agents? I don't think ChatGPT can take my job. Somebody has to use ChatGPT, right? So I will learn how to use ChatGPT so that AI cannot take my job. Well, that is not what an AI agent is. ChatGPT and tools like that are basically AI products which are used. AI agents is this technology which can execute things all by itself. In fact, today, as we go into the program, and in fact tomorrow as well, we'll learn how to build AI agents and we'll see that in real action as well, so that you understand what I'm talking about when it comes to AI agents. And 80% of the work that exists out there will be taken up by these AI agents, which can do things on their behalf, on our behalf, or on behalf of humans by 2030. here's the proxy, right? If your job revolves around using anything on the internet, AI can do that better than you already. It's just that the technology is coming there, and Sam Altman has said AI agents is going to join the workforce this year. Right? So it's going to start, it has already started to replace humans already. And the reason why AI agents are incredibly powerful is because they have the ability, these AI agents have the ability to work 24/7 in superhuman speeds without actually, for almost for free, right? Human beings are competing against this AI agents which exists on the internet. These are not just robots that I'm talking about. These are any people. Like, most of our jobs revolves around using computer, using internet, using Google Sheets, using writing software, doing marketing and things like that. And we in a way do all of these things on the computer. And AI agents can literally do anything and everything that we do. If they can't do it already, they will be able to do it over the course of the next couple of years. And that is what people taught it to be: AGI, artificial general intelligence, right? The reason why they're scary is because we are competing against these creatures who can work 24/7 without ever getting tired, can work for almost for free, and can work at a speed that no human can. There is no chance we can compete with these AI agents. And it's already happening, guys. Intel has laid off people, Dell has laid off people, Google has laid off people, AMD has laid off people. The number of jobs out there in the market are reducing. And the people in the jobs already are being kicked out. Especially people with more than 3-4 years of experience, they're being kicked out, and it's happening right now, right? And it's estimated that more than 60 million jobs will be lost because of AI and robotics already in the next few years. So it is happening, and there is nothing that we can do to stop from this to happen. But here's the thing, right? When AI is going to take out a lot of jobs, there are also going to be rise of new jobs. New kind of opportunities will open up, and that is what we will optimize for today and tomorrow. Over the course of next 2 days, we will learn, or we will begin to learn, how to get ready for the new jobs that are coming up, so that even if AI takes away the job that we already have, we are ready with the right skills so that we stay in that 20% bucket of people who don't lose jobs, right? That is my idea. That is our idea to put you guys into the bucket of these new jobs. Now, what are these new jobs going to look like? What you should level up against? It's very, very hard to guess what these new jobs would look like. But let me tell you one thing. As a founder, running almost 180 people company, my company is today easily worth, you can say, close to 700 to 800 crores is the value of the company today that I run. I've seen some life already, right? And there's a reason why I personally do this session. While I don't teach in all the programs at Growth School, I considerably spend my time doing this session because it's very, very important. And I want to get this right, right? There will be rise of a lot of jobs, but it's very hard to guess what those are. But based on my experience and me speaking to a bunch of founders out there who are running billion-dollar companies, there's going to be rise of one role. And I want all of you guys to prep up for that role that's coming up. And that is called as an AI generalist. I want you guys to remember this word, take a screenshot, make this your profile picture if you guys want to win in this AI first world. You guys have to level up to become an AI generalist. And over the course of next couple of days, we're going to teach you how you can get started to become an AI generalist so that you are going to win in the AI first world rather than losing. So, AI generalists are those people who have the ability to solve problems using AI. These guys are very, very AI native. They understand everything about AI, how AI works, what are the AI models out there, what are the tools out there, and how can they implement or build using AI, build AI agents, build AI solutions. Using all this skill set, they can actually solve problems using AI. We humans are usually hired in a job. Why? Problems. And the future of jobs are going to be solving problems using AI. And that role is going to be called the AI generalist. So like I said, AI generalist is a full stack problem solver who has very deep understanding in AI models, understand which model, which tool, which application to use where, and can do it really, really well, and fundamentally can solve problems by building solutions in form of AI agents or AI products, all without writing a single line of code. right? That is the future, and that is what an AI generalist is. AI generalist is. And if you want to future proof yourself, that is what I want all of you guys to level up for. How many of you guys want to become AI generalist? All the working professionals out there, me in the chat. If you guys want to learn how to become an AI generalist so that you can stay ahead, me or boom in the chat, guys. Sorry, the chat was up. Perfect. I'm going to give you a full detailed roadmap so that you can get there. So have patience, have focus. Okay? Now, a core specialist. So far, people out there, right? The skill set used to look like this. Let's say this is someone in software engineering, right? A software engineer has a very high skill set on tech, while on other things like data, product design, marketing, and business management, they are like okay, right? They're not great at it. They're in a way okay with it. But a AI generalist is not only good with tech, but will also be good at data, product design, marketing, business management, finance, and everything around it. And how can one person be good at everything? By learning how to use AI to get stuff done. So, if you are someone with more than 10 years of experience, let me tell you this very, very frankly, this is the scariest time for all of you people, because you guys, the impact on you people have already started to happen. I don't know how many of you guys are more than 10 years of experience here, but the impact for you people have already started to happen. You see, there is about 20% people who are more than 10 years of experience here, right? The reason why this impact is happening is because you guys are expensive. You guys come with a lot of years of experience. As a result, you guys are expensive. And you know what? With AI coming into the picture, most of the experience that you have had, except for the business context, goes into waste, because the way of doing things now is foundationally changing. So people don't have to spend a lot of money to afford you anymore. But there's still going to be roles for people with 10 to 20 years of experience. All that cumulative knowledge that you have built, right, that will still be useful. How? For you to evolve into an AI strategist, because you still have to manage humans under you, right? And they need someone, companies need someone to manage humans under, at least the 20% of humans who will still have jobs. For them, they need managers. And for you to become that manager, right, you have to be an AI generalist yourself. If you're not AI native yourself, how can you manage a team of AI generalists under you? Because your job is fundamentally going to evolve into an AI strategist, a manager who will manage a lot of AI generalists out there. So you will become the manager of an AI generalist, but for that, you have to become an AI generalist first, or else you cannot manage these people. In fact, in terms of hiring also, right, when I am looking at hiring senior people, if they are not extremely good with AI, I'm not hiring them, because they will not be useful going forward. Very, very, very important. And you see all the layoffs that is happening in Google, Microsoft, and all those big companies is happening with people majorly in these two buckets. That is, people with more than 5 years of experience, 3 to 4 years of experience, are the kind of people who are getting laid off because of AI today. And the reason is very simple, right? Even for people with 3 to 9 years of experience, which is, looks like a large bucket of people here, even you people, right? You guys probably will not be managing people, but your job will essentially become a AI generalist. You guys will be solving problems on a daily level in your job, and you will be managing and building a lot of AI agents. And for you to have these capabilities, you have to level up as an AI generalist, or else you won't be able to pull through. And finally, people with 1 to 3 years of experience, and also the students out there, right? For you guys, I feel it's the best time to be in, because if you guys are AI native, if you guys know your way around AI, you guys will be paid much higher than most of the other peers. You guys can grow faster than everybody else. And most importantly, people looking for jobs, right? This will become like an unfair advantage for you people. I usually hire people closing my eyes if I know that they're AI native. And when I say AI native, I'm not talking about having the ability to use chat GPT and write a poem on it. That is bullshit, right? That anybody can do. My dad can do that, right? I'm talking about having the ability to understand AI and solve problems using AI, right? But with that being said, no matter who you are, doesn't matter the years of experience you have, right? If you guys want to win in the AI first world, everyone needs to get started to becoming an AI generalist, because it's like learning alphabets all over the time, right? So companies have operated like this so far, right? There's a founder on the top, and there are a bunch of people under them. If you see this is the one which is not dark. The one in the dark is usually the generalist. And the one in white, right, are usually the specialists. Companies have always hired a lot of specialists like CBO, CFO, CMO, and always there are a lot of people under each one of them. And there are very few generalists that companies hire. But that is fundamentally changing. It is changing to make it look something like this, where there's a founder on the top, and the founder eventually hires, or the entrepreneur eventually hires a lot of other generalists, because this generalist can do job of 5 people. Why would they hire 5 people instead? They'll hire one person who can do the job of 5. And under them, there could be a few specialists, and you can see this under each of them, there are a lot of AI agents and humans. So this is why 80% of the jobs will be taken away, because most of the groundwork will be done by AI agents, which will be built by you people. And this shift is already happening, and I want you guys to be prepared to be able to get into this, right? But for working professionals out there, the biggest opportunity that I see is in consulting. If you're someone with more than 3-4 years of experience, right, there is this massive arbitrage that you have. If you have basic understanding of business and you have very deep understanding of AI, you guys at this point of time for the next 2 years, right, are very hard to be hired, because people can't afford to pay for the money that you can expect. Because when founders are looking for people like you, there are very few people. So you can command a much higher price. And I'm very sure it's going to get to a point where the demand of people like you is going to be so high that you can literally work for 5 companies at once. And you cannot work full time, right, for 5 companies at once. As a result, you can do consulting. I know so many people who have already started this. While even I know people who have left their jobs, quite frankly, to become AI consultants and are making 5 times, 10 times the money of their salaries already. But it's not an easy journey. You guys will have to level up to become that. But I just want to talk about this massive, massive opportunity that is out there for working professionals. So all the working professionals out there, level up. You've started the journey today. Show up tomorrow as well. AI generalist is your way to go. Now, quickly coming to the entrepreneurs, right? Quickly coming to entrepreneurs, once we are done it like 5 minutes, we'll jump into the solution. Okay? All the entrepreneurs out there, you know what the future of teams are going to look like. It doesn't have a lot of people. It actually has a lot of people who are AI savvy and AI agents. Now, for you to sit in the top and manage a bunch of people and AI agents most efficiently, if you are not an AI generalist yourself, if you don't know how to play with AI yourself, there is no freaking way you can win in this game. So, if you're an entrepreneur out there, if you're an AI native entrepreneur who understands AI better than 99% of the entrepreneurs out there, the amount of unfair advantage you have is unprecedented. And I can tell this for a fact because I've been a founder myself, right? 4 out of 5 employees of yours are going to be AI agents. And if you don't know how to manage AI, there is no way you can win in the world of AI, right? So you can also see the billboards in San Francisco, right, where there are billboards saying stop hiring humans, hire AI agents. That's happening already. And honestly, never been a better time to be an entrepreneur. I'm so excited every day as we are building, because it's an incredible time. The reason is the time that it used to take to come up with an idea to launch a product, launching a product to make $1 million in revenue, $1 million in revenue to becoming a unicorn has considerably come down. And you can scale up really fast because of AI. It doesn't matter the kind of business you're running. That is, you could be a consultant or a freelancer to running a late stage company with 500 plus employees. It doesn't matter who you are. And you know what? A lot of entrepreneurs tell me, Webhub, I don't have the time to learn. Well, you don't have an option, my friend. Do you want to win or you want to lose? That's the only option you have. If you want to win, become a AI native person by becoming an AI generalist. Doesn't matter the kind of companies you're working at, running as well. Product, service, software, traditional business, consulting, freelancing, doesn't matter. Become AI native. This will be the best thing, best advice that you would have ever received. And in fact, Sam Altman basically said something which is mind blowing, right? He says this is the era of building a $1 billion company as a single person. Hear this out.
Smaller teams, thanks to these tools and these technologies, you're going to be able to do so much more. Is that a trend you're seeing from the startups growing around y'all in Cerebral Valley?
We're going to see 10-person billion-dollar companies pretty soon, like billion-dollar valuations. And the thing that in my little group chat with my tech CEO friends, there's this betting pool for the first year that there's a 1-person billion-dollar company.
Highly performant.
this is happening, guys. With AI, you heard Sam Altman say it, not me. With AI, right? At Growth School, we have managed to scale our revenue 10 times while reducing our cost 28% simultaneously because we were the first adopters of AI. With that being said, no matter who you are, an entrepreneur, a working professional, or a student, or someone who's doing both. You could be running a startup, you could be running a business, you could be freelancing, or you're a working professional with either you're a student or even with someone with 10 plus years of experience. There is one thing and one thing that is common across everyone: learn or lose. Become an AI native person or lose the game. So I will recommend everyone. The reason why I started this is because I know by the end, if I put this right, a lot of people will leave. And I wanted everyone to hear this. This is the most important part of everything that we're going to talk about, right? The one big message for you is, guys, is that please level up to become an AI generalist. You will thank us for life. With that being said, how many of you guys want a clear roadmap, step by step, on how you can become an AI generalist? Me in the chat. Me in the chat. I want everyone, guys. That's the only way that I know that on the other front, the people listening to me is via your chat. I've taken the time out, and I would love for you guys to be super responsive in the chat. Brilliant. Everyone wants to become. And you know what? I'm going to share you this roadmap for free, so you don't have to worry. So, guys, for you to become an AI generalist, right, it's a journey, right, where I have split that up into 5 different levels. Okay. Level 1 is where you learn foundations of AI, where you need to know how AI works, what are the things around it, how does it operate in the back end, everything around it, and all the LLMs out there, so that you have a very clear understanding of models out there. Second, you learn how to work on these AI models. That is advanced prompting, retrieval, and fine tuning is what you should learn on level 2. After level 2 is done, this is majorly level 1, level 2 is majorly text. Level 3 is all about diffusion, where you learn about image, video, audio, beyond text. Because as a generalist, you cannot just solve problems with text. You have to have the ability to solve problems with images and videos as well. Okay, once you have done these 3 levels, right, then you should be having the ability to build AI powered solutions. The best part about the world that we are living in is we don't need to be a technical person. We don't need to learn how to write a single line of code. If you can write code, great, you can use code. Even if you can't write code, you can still build something incredible thanks to artificial intelligence. So you can learn how to build AI powered products, and finally learn how to automate things and actually build AI agents which can do your job, right? These are the 5 levels that you have to go through for you to get to the position of becoming an AI generalist. With that being said, I have kind of quickly ran you through the whole summary. Let us get started. Of course, right, to cover all of this in detail for me in 5 levels, it will take me thousands of hours to teach, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover stage 1 of every level today and tomorrow. Today I'm going to cover a bunch of that. Tomorrow Manish is going to come in and going to cover a bunch of more things as well. We're going to cover stage 1 or the beginner mode of every level, and I will give you the exact roadmap of intermediate and advanced as well, so that after the 2 days of workshop is over, you guys can go out there and learn it yourself. Obviously, I cannot teach you everything. So I'm going to give you the ignition, the boost, by teaching you beginner versions of everything, so that you guys can go and learn intermediate and advanced all by yourself if you want. Right? With that being said, let's get started with level 1 and level 2 right now. Right? So, like I said, every level has beginner, intermediate, and advanced. In this slide, you can see the beginner one is visible, while the intermediate and advanced is blurred. Am I trying to shield that information and not give you? I'm going to show you the intermediate, advanced as well towards the end. But if I talk about everything right now, right, you will lose focus, you will lose context, you will get perplexed, which I don't want you to do. So I'm going to talk about the beginner right now, and towards the end of the day, I'm going to talk about beginner, intermediate, and advanced as well, so that you get the full roadmap with highest amount of clarity. All right. So level 1 and level 2 in the beginner mode is for you to understand how AI works. What the hell is generative AI? What happens when you send a text on a tool like ChatGPT? What happens in the backend? How can you do prompting in the right way? And also kind of explore a perfect AI toolkit so that you can solve the right problems using AI. That is what we will learn in level 1 and level 2. Of course, in level 1 and level 2, you have to learn a bunch of these tools as well, which I'm going to talk about in intermediate and advanced towards the end. I'm going to share everything, what you should learn in intermediate advanced and also the tools. We are not going to hide anything from you, okay? Because we want you guys to win. But for that, you have to stay till the end. All right, let's get started. Folks, as we get started, I want to make a few things very, very clear. Everything that we're going to share here, the tools, the prompts that I'm going to use, everything, right? We're going to share it with you. There is nothing for us to hide, right? Of course, you're not going to get a recording of this session, but we're going to share all the prompts and all the tools with you. But for that, I can only do that till the end. So stick around till the end. We will not be giving you this on email. We will not be sending you this on WhatsApp. You have to stay till the end to receive these things. Okay? So stick around if you guys want everything that that we are covering today. And don't ask me during the session because it will distract me and the other people as well. All right, let us get started right now. So what the hell is generative AI? Let's learn from the basics, right? So we have been seeing AI all throughout, right? When we are using Amazon, when we buy a product, there are things that are recommended in the bottom. For example, if you buy a mobile phone, Amazon automatically recommends the screen guard or the case. When you open Netflix, the way your Netflix looks is very different to way your friend's Netflix looks, right? The shows that are recommended. All this is happening because of artificial intelligence. But generative AI, right, is slightly different. Generative AI is basically a type of AI which creates original content. It generates content. It doesn't recommend and all that. It can do that as well in a way, but it actually creates content. This is the only kind of AI which has the ability to generate. That's why it's called generative AI. It can generate text, images, videos, and the way it does it, how does it generate, Webhub? The way it does it is by learning patterns. It has read up a lot of information that is available on the internet. As a result, just like how did we learn on how to write? Because we have read so much, we know how to write. And that's essentially how AI also generates. It has been trained with so much of data that it's able to predict what you want as an answer. So it generates content. That is what generative AI is. When you think about AI, right? Artificial intelligence is a broadly defined thing. There are a lot of things under it. Inside of AI, there is something called as machine learning. For example, Amazon, Netflix, and all of this are using machine learning to recognize a pattern. They have seen how people have bought or what kind of shows people like you watch based on what you have seen in the past. And basis of that data, because they know what kind of shows people like you watch, they are able to show you the right shows. This is how Netflix or YouTube or all these things work, right? That is pattern recognition happening by looking at patterns from existing data or past data. And that is machine learning. Inside of machine learning, there's a subset called as deep learning. And this happens based on neural networks where the learning again happens based on unstructured data. They learn how images look, how a cat looks, how text looks, how audio sounds. And based on that, it's able to generate an image, generate an audio, generate a video. And inside of deep learning, there's a subset called as LLMs, which are again an expert when it comes to text. So these are all the subsets, right? AI is the bigger chunk. Part of AI is machine learning. Part of machine learning is deep learning. Part of deep learning is LLM, right? So this is how you broadly define deep, and majorly we're going to focus on LLMs and deep learning today, right? Now, I'm not going to geek out, okay? This is the last bit of theory, I promise. This is the last bit of theory, and theory is important. You need to learn the alphabets to be able to write words and then to be able to write sentences. This is the last bit of theory, but it's very, very important. You see, if you want to get the highest value out of anything, you need to know how it works in the backend. So, when you go to a tool like ChatGPT, right? You go to a tool like ChatGPT, I'm using the free version here, and I send something like this. Explain large language models like I'm 5-year-old, and I click on send. It takes basically a few seconds. Today looks like AI is slightly slow. It basically takes a few seconds to be able to come up with an answer. What happens when you send a message like this to it giving you an answer? What happens in the backend? That is exactly what you need to learn. What happens in the backend is what I want to break it down. Because if you know what happens in the backend, you can leverage the power of AI better. So, what happens in the backend? Let's figure it out. So, when you enter a text like this, like we did on ChatGPT, right? Explain large language models like I'm 5-year-old. It's able to come up with a great answer. What happens here is, step one of this is, the moment you send this, it goes through a process called as tokenization. What AI does is, it breaks down the whole sentence that you sent into something called as tokens. You can see this. Explain large language models to me like I'm 5-year-old. You can see all the different color grading that has done, right? So it split your big sentence into tokens. So explain is a token, large is a token, language is a token, models is a token. Please understand one thing, AI doesn't understand English. It uses this logic to understand what you are saying and being able to predict an answer, right? The first step of that is tokenization, where it broke down the whole text into something like this, which are called as tokens. Now, once it tokenized, I told you, AI doesn't understand English. As a result, it converts it into something called as embeddings. What are embeddings? It converts the text into a number. And for example, explain, the array of number looks something like this. Large, the array of number looks something like this. This is the algorithm that they write in the backend, so that because AI cannot understand what you have written, or AI doesn't understand English, this is the way AI kind of comprehends, by converting the text into numbers. And the way it does it is using a concept called as embeddings, where similar words have closer distances. And that is how AI is able to understand what you're talking about, right? So step one, it breaks down into tokens. And step two, it does something called as embeddings. Now, step three is the most important part of AI. And this is exactly why ChatGPT of the world have worked. And that is called as a process of transformer, right? And what it does here is called as self-attention. Instead of trying to understand what you have said in the whole, it tries to focus on the most important part of the text. In the text that we sent, right, explain large language models like I'm a 5-year-old, it doesn't need to understand the whole thing. What are the two most important parts of the text? Large language models like I'm 5-year-old. If it's able to understand these two elements of this, then it is able to understand what you're asking. In self-attention, it focuses on the most important words that you send, right? And once it's able to understand and focus on the right parts, next step is that it's going to predict the next word. The way AI generates is by predicting the next word every single time. For example, right? Let's say, imagine you have a super smart robo friend who has read every dash. If I ask you this question, what could be your answer? Imagine you have a super smart robo friend who has read every dash. Guys, can you tell your probable answers in the chat? What would you guess? Book, okay? What else except for book? Who has read every, there could be every bank, okay? What else? What else? Article, great. Amazing. Every word, amazing. What else? Every language, amazing. Every mind, that's interesting. Every question, every sentence. You see, every content, every website, every single point, every news. You see how every thoughts, of course, I'm stopping the chat right now. You see how the answer next to it could be so many other options. It doesn't just have to be word. It could be book, it could be news, it could be article, it could be sentence, it could be word. So AI kind of lists down everything that is possible to come next. Okay, it kind of lists down every word that has a possibility to come next, and then it kind of looks at what it has generated in the past and kind of makes a guess that, hey, based on this context, what is the right word? In this case, imagine you have a super smart robo friend who has read every book, probably is the right answer, right? So it is predicting what is the next word. In the same way, it's going to predict one word at a time, and finally will completely put everything together and give us the response. And my friends, that is how AI works. In the step one, it breaks down the long, feel free to take a screenshot, by the way. Feel free to take a screenshot. In step number one, it breaks down the large piece of text into smaller things called as tokens. Once it converts them into tokens, it does something called as embeddings, where it converts the text into a numerical value. Right? Once it converts it into numerical value, it's able to slightly understand what is in there right now. Then it applies the transformer mechanism, where it does self-attention to figure out what are the most important aspects of the question that you have answered, that you have asked. Based on that, it understands what you are saying, and then it tries to predict the next word, one, word at a time and eventually puts the whole response and gives you the output. This is how ChatGPT or all the AI models out there which generates text works. Are you guys clear? Was this helpful? Was this helpful? Are you guys clear? Now you know how AI works? Amazing, amazing, amazing. Now that you know how AI works, right? Now that you know how AI works, let's get into the next part, right? And the next part is essentially now we know the back end of how things work. Now let us get to the point where we can make AI work for us. How do we do that? By learning something called as prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is a way for you to get results out of generative AI. That is essentially what prompt engineering is. Now, when it comes to prompt engineering, right, there are multiple prompting techniques out there. Zero shot prompting, few shot prompting, chain of thought, tree of thought, diverse prompting, style prompting, symptom prompting. There are a bunch of ways to do it, right? Bunch of prompting techniques out there. If I start teaching you prompting techniques, that in itself will take you 20 hours to learn all the prompting techniques. And I thought I want to give away the most powerful prompting technique possible, which you can apply as much as possible for you guys. As a result, there is one prompting structure that we have decided to teach you guys, and that, my friends, is called, that is what is called as a magic prompt formula. Now, let's quickly come to ChatGPT, right, and try to come up with a prompt right now. And the prompt that we are trying to pull out, the answer that we are trying to get is to write an email to your 10K email subscribers. Let's say you have 10,000 email subscribers, right? Here we have to write a prompt inviting people to the generative AI workshop. So how do you write the prompt? You go to something like ChatGPT, right, and you say, write an email to my email subscribers. These are people you already have on the list, inviting them for the generative AI workshop. Okay, you write a prompt like this, and it comes up with a very neat email, right? Something like this: hey, AI has changed everything, how we work, da da da. Here's why I'm hosting a live generative AI workshop to help you learn exactly what it is there. Date, time, where, who is it for. In this session, I'll cover all of this. Spots are limited. It's going to be super practical. Register now. There you go. That's basically what it says. It's not a bad email. Let me say this to you. It's not a bad email, but it's probably a 5 out of 10. How many of you guys want to get an email which is a 10 out of 10? 10 out of 10 in the chat. 10 in the chat. If you guys want me to teach you a way to do the prompt right so that you get an email which is a 10 out of 10. Something that is probably going to take a big copywriter to write. Perfect. So let us do that right now. For that, like I said, you have to write using something called as a magic prompt formula. Now, here is how we are going to do the session. I'm not going to show you everything on ChatGPT. I'm going to show you the right tool for the right things. And when it comes to anything with writing, right, I never use ChatGPT. I typically don't use ChatGPT for writing purposes, right? Because I feel there's a tool which is better than ChatGPT when it comes to writing, and that is called as Claude, right? The Claude is basically a tool which is by a company called as Anthropic, which is an equivalent of ChatGPT, but it is much better when it comes to writing English, anything with copywriting, and also it's very good when it comes to writing code. Okay, that's what I use Claude for, and I'm right now using the free version of the Claude. And this time, the prompt that I'm going to write, like I said, is going to look like this. Instead of just writing a basic prompt like this, write an email to the email subscriber inviting them for a generative AI workshop, I'm going to use the magic prompt formula for this. A magic prompt formula has a bunch of aspects inside of it. It has role or context, it has task, it has instruction, and it has data. So the prompt looks something like this. In fact, I'm going to paste it on Claude and I'm going to show you the prompt. Okay. So if you look at the role, right, I said role. You're an experienced email copywriter who has written for brands like Ogilvy. Why do I say this? When I say something like this, right, when I say you're an experienced email copywriter who's written for brands like Ogilvy, because AI is so smart, it will go up and read in the backend how do experienced copywriters working for brands like Ogilvy write emails. And it will write like them. As a result, the quality of output that you get will be much superior. right? Because experienced email copywriter is what we are expecting the AI to take the role of. Then we write the task. Write a launch email for the new workshop on generative AI is what we basically say. We're basically asking it to write the email. Basically, the prompt that we put here, right, is the task. We want it to write a launch email. Then I give something called as instruction. In the instruction, I'm basically saying how I want the email to be. I'm saying it should be over the top fun, designed to resonate with an audience of 25 plus years old, trying to figure out the way around ChatGPT. Focus a lot on users working on product tech design, talk about the interesting things that we'll cover. And finally, you can give a data point as well if you want to. In this case, I said include a review from someone saying that they found it very, very helpful. This is how I would write prompts. It has 4 elements: role, task, instruction, and data. Now, when I use this prompt, guys, I'm going to share all these prompts with you as well, so you don't have to worry. Okay? Okay, it's throwing some error. So I'm going to quickly refresh. There you go. And I'm going to try it again. It could be the case that Claude is slightly slow at this point of time, but that's fine, right? We can use another platform as well, just in case if that's the case. Okay, there you go. It is slightly slow today. Looks like ChatGPT is also a little slow, but let us see. You can see this. It's actually taking a lot of time. Usually it is not. It should not take so much time, but that's fine. In fact, meanwhile, when the Claude is doing this, let's go back to ChatGPT and try this new prompt that we wrote. And let's look at the quality of output that we are getting with ChatGPT this time. Look at that. The ChatGPT workshop that will melt your brain in a good way. Look how different the subject line is already. Remember the first time you used ChatGPT and thought, okay, this is wild? Now imagine using it like a superhuman, automating boring tasks, crafting on steroids, and making everyone go, wait, how did you do that? Welcome to Growth School's Generative AI Workshop, your backstage pass to mastering AI tools without turning into a robot. That's a fun one, right? It's fun, fast, and packed with juicy hacks that will make you 10x better at your job. Who is this for? What's included? Guys, don't you think this email is already 10 times better than the last email we got? Drop a comment 10x in the chat. Don't you think this email with the new prompt is already 10 times better than the last email that we got? How crazy is this? Now let's come to Claude. Looks like it has done the job. Look at this. The email is ready on Claude, and now you can tell me which one is better. Unlock your AI superpowers. The ChatGPT workshop that will make your boss think that you're from the future. I love it, right? It says add an image. Holy smokes, it's here. The workshop that will turn you from what a prompt to I just replaced the entire content in 3 hours flat. Hey, their future AI wizard. Remember when you actually had to think to write emails, or when designing mockups took more than 30 seconds, or when the product roadmap wasn't basically written by a robot? Those days are basically over. Introducing Growth School's ChatGPT Sorcery, the Zero to Hero workshop. You see how fun the copy is on Claude? This is exactly why I like Claude. Which one do you find better, guys? ChatGPT or Claude? Let me know in the chat. I prefer Claude. You might prefer ChatGPT, but I find Claude to be much better when it comes to writing text. But the best part about this is that you saw how different the output is the moment we gave a better prompt. That is the power of getting the right prompt in place. So I hope you guys remember the magic prompt formula from here: context, task, instruction, and data. I will share all these prompts with you towards the end, so stick around. Now, how many of you guys want to learn how to reply emails using AI? How many of you guys want to learn how to reply emails using AI? Me in the chat. Me in the chat. All right, looks like everybody wants to learn, and it's obvious, right? And for this, I'm going to use a free tool again. I prefer showing you guys as many free tools as possible. In fact, most of the tools that I'm going to show, 95% of the tools that I'm going to show are free, so that you can actually use them, right? So let's say right now I'm on my Gmail, okay? Let me quickly open an email. Okay. Okay, let me open this email just to give you guys like a sense, right? So give me a second. I'm going to share my screen. So let's say I got this email, right? for me speaking in an event, it has come long time back in February. I know it's been a while. I've managed not to reply to this email, but look at this. Someone has invited me to the E-Summit 2025 for the SRCC Shriram College of Commerce flagship event, right? And they've invited me for this, and let's say I want to reply saying I can't make it. But if I just reply I can't make it, that'll be very rude. So I want to write like a very nice email telling them that sorry, thank you for inviting me, but I can't really come to the event, right? But for me to do that, I'm extremely lazy. As a result, I can get AI to do that for me. For that, you see this little star icon here? If I tap on that, right, something called as Ask Gemini opens up, right? And I can just say, reply to the email saying I can't make it since I am traveling to SFO during those dates. Happy to do it later. That's what I enter. It says just a second. It's going to read the whole email, ideally. And there you go. It has come up with a nice little email. Thank you for inviting for the e-summit. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it as I'm traveling to SFO during these days. I would be happy to do it. If I like what I'm seeing, I can just click on this insert button and look at this. The email is inserted and I can just click on the send and I'm done. Instead of reading the whole email, I could just write this saying, hey, reply, I can't make it. And AI nicely reads the email, crafts the email, which is very personalized, and sends it. This is the power. If you're using Gmail or any of the Google accounts, it's completely free and it can do a bunch of things like summarizing the emails, reading your summary, and do a bunch of things. And you can click on more suggestions to see what all you can do with emails. It's very cool, right? And that's how you can reply to emails using AI. Awesome. And we are using Gemini in this case. I'm going to share links to all these tools as well. You don't have to worry. Now, let's go into a slightly more advanced use cases. You see, AI, like I told you, is very good when it comes to predicting things, or it predicts the next word. But if you want AI to think, and you want AI to think quite a lot, then you cannot just use the GPT-4o model. You have to use something called as a reasoning model. And for you to select a reasoning model, you can select on this drop down and select O1, O3 or O1 Pro mode. But the sad part of this is all of them are paid, right? They don't come for free. But they are incredibly powerful if you're willing to pay for it. Let's say I'm going to try a prompt like this, which is a very important prompt. I'm telling AI in the 4o, which is the free version, this is not the reasoning mode, where I'm like, can you suggest me 3 online business ideas to turn $100 into $10,000 within 3 months? I want AI to come up with 3 business ideas where I can turn $100 into $10,000, right? I'll invest 8,000 rupees and I want it to become 8 lakh rupees, right? With that being said, I'm giving some constraints. My resources are limited to only a laptop with internet access. I don't have anything except for laptop and internet. I cannot leave my room for 3 months. So physical businesses are not viable. I don't have specialized skills, but I can quickly learn and adapt through online resources. I'm terrible with creative marketing and thinking, and I have no coding skills. I'm telling these are all my constraints, but I still want to make $100 to $10,000. Tell me what I can do. I'm using the free version of ChatGPT. When I send it, right, in no time, it doesn't even think, right, and it's able to give me an answer. It says faceless digital products via Etsy or PayHip. I don't know what that is. I don't know what Etsy is, but building a faceless digital product is not going to be easy, right? It's going to come up with a bunch of answers right now. Now, let's compare this answer to something like ChatGPT 1.0 Pro. And you can only have this, like I said, if you have the paid account of ChatGPT, right? So I'm on ChatGPT 1.0 Pro, and I'm going to ask the same question and click on the send button. You can see, instead of directly answering, it is starting to do something called as thinking. AI is actually understanding your question. You can see how it is thinking, breaking down your question and trying to understand. And after thinking enough amount of time, just like a human being, it will then answer. And this is exactly why it is paid, because it has to think, and thinking comes at a cost, right? So right now it is thinking, right? And you need a paid $20 account to be able to do this. But you know what? What if I teach you ways where you don't have to pay for this and you can get similar thinking models for free? For that, you can try out a model like DeepSeek, right? I'm going to share all this link with you. And if you select this option, right, DeepSeek R1, and then select the question, it also has the ability to think, but it will work for free because it is free of cost. Even the thinking model is free of cost. And look at this, how it's thinking. Okay, so I need to come up with 3 online business ideas that can turn $100 into $10,000 in 3 months. The constraints are that I can't leave my room, have a laptop in da da da. First, the user doesn't want to do anything physical, so it's all online. The user mentions they don't have specialized skills but can learn quickly. So ideas should be something where they can leverage free, cheap online resources. No coding skills. So something involving building websites from scratch out of it. So maybe use website builders. Let me think of low online cost business. You see this? Drop shipping comes to mind. But this might require some marketing. Print on demand is similar. But maybe affiliate marketing, that also needs marketing skills. Another angle. You see, it came up with this idea and then quickly rejected it because we said we don't have marketing skill. You see, guys, it is still thinking. It has not given us the answer. It is still thinking. It will think for quite some time and then give an answer. And in fact, DeepSeek is not the only AI out there. You can go to something like Grok, right? Ask the same question, select think again, which is the thinking model, and click on send. Grok is again something like ChatGPT, but it is created by Elon Musk, right? Look at this. It is also thinking. It has thought for 8 seconds, and if you expand on it, you can see how it is thinking. So let it think right now. There's one more free tool which you can use for a thinking model, and that is called as Gemini. You just have to select Gemini Flash Thinking. You can see the option Flash Thinking. If you select that and send the prompt, even this will start thinking. You can see this, it has started to think again. And it is not giving us answer. Grok is still thinking. It's been 36 seconds and it is still thinking before giving the answer. Even DeepSeek, you can see this. It is still thinking. It has not given us the answer. It is not slow, my friends. Even the Pro mode, O1 Pro mode, is still thinking for us. You see, this is the power of a reasoning model. If you want AI to brainstorm for you, you want AI to think through before it answers, you need to use reasoning models like this. For generating text, you don't need it. Like writing an email and all, you don't need this. But anything around brainstorming, anything around idea generation, anything around it trying to understand what you're saying, thinking is very important. You can see this. After thinking for 3 minutes, it finally came up with an answer. Drop servicing. And it explains what drop servicing is. I have no idea what it means. You can read about it. Then it says AI assisted content creation and affiliate marketing is the second idea it came up with. And then print on demand store with AI generated images is the third option it came up with after thinking for 3 minutes. If AI thought for 3 minutes, that's probably equivalent of thinking for 3 days for us as humans, right? Let's see what DeepSeek did. DeepSeek also thought for 123 seconds, that is 2 minutes, and came up with print on demand with AI generated design. Same idea that ChatGPT came up with instead of a paid account. And then it came with digital printables on Etsy, again a printing product. And then again, affiliate marketing via AI generated content. Same two ideas that ChatGPT came up with, also DeepSeek came up with. In case of Grok, it is still thinking. It's been 130 seconds, it's still thinking. Let's go to Gemini. Okay, Gemini has finished thinking. And the idea it came up with is niche freelance virtual assistant services is an idea. Online tutoring is one more idea that it came up with. And again, affiliate marketing with focus on very specific niche is the third idea it came up with. Guys, isn't this powerful? Drop a boom in the chat. Getting AI to think for us on our behalf. How incredibly powerful this is. And I showed you the tools which can work for free. Awesome. Mind blowing? That's what the answer that I wanted. Grok is still thinking. Finally, it thought for 166 seconds and it is coming up with ideas. But you got the gist of it. So either you can use the pro mode of ChatGPT, or you can use DeepSeek, Grok, or Gemini Deep Research for free to get great results for you people. Right? Okay, let's move on. I hope you guys are feeling slightly better now, and I hope you guys are learning a ton of things. Right. Now, how many of you guys want to get AI to help you with getting a job? Me in the chat. How many of you guys want AI to help you to get a job? Okay, lot of people say yes. I'm going to teach you a process which you can absolutely love. And this is essentially a concept called as chained prompting. We prompt AI over and over again to get us the kind of results we want, right? For me to apply for a job, obviously there needs to be a job description, right? So let's say I want to apply for this job that is Chief of Staff at San Francisco Bay Area. This is the job that I want to apply for. It's going to pay me close to 1 crore per year. Great. Now for that I need to apply using my resume, right? So I'm going to download my resume from my LinkedIn, save to PDF. There you go. I've downloaded my resume and it is ready. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get, you guys all know, if we apply for any job and we personalize our resume for the job description, the chances of us getting an interview goes up. If you apply with the same resume on every job, the chance of you getting an interview goes down, because obviously, right, you need to go through something called as a ATS, right, application tracking system, and it looks for keywords. So how are you gonna make a resume personalized for every job we apply in no time? That is what I'm gonna show you. First, I will send a prompt like this. You're an expert in, let's say, marketing and business. I would like you to review this CV and generate a summary of the highlights of the most impressive parts of the resume in bullet points. This is the prompt that I write, and I just attach my resume to this. I just downloaded it from LinkedIn. You can see this. This is my resume. I just downloaded it from LinkedIn, and I've just attached it. Looks like it is gone. So I'm gonna do it all over again. Oh, my bad. There you go. So what have I done here is I've just attached my resume and I said, give me a summary of it. The reason why I did that is because I want AI to read my resume, right? So right now you can see it is reading my resume and it's giving me a summary of my resume. As it does that, I don't need the summary, quite frankly. I just say this so that it can read my resume. Once it is doing, right, this is the second prompt that I sent. I say, as my career advisor, I would like you to reword my CV that I've given you. Please tailor it for the following job advertisement to maximize the chance of getting an interview. Include any keywords mentioned in the job post. Organize a structure, summary, and experience in the mentioned about deemed desired for the desired outcome. Deemed fit for the desired outcome. Here's the job advertisement. What I'm doing is, I gave my resume to AI. It went through my whole resume. Now I'm gonna give it the job that I want to apply. Let's say this is the first round capital chief of staff is what I want to apply. I just copy the job description, come to ChatGPT, and I paste the JD right here. What am I saying here? I'm like, now that you have my resume, rewrite my whole resume based on this job description, which increases my chances of getting accepted for this interview. Right? I click on the send button. And look at that. AI is rewriting my whole resume based on the job description that I just sent, which is this chief of staff. Guys, isn't this insane? Drop a comment insane in the chat. All of your resume is being rewritten based on the job description, so that when I apply using this resume, the chances of me getting an interview significantly goes up. Is this a 10x hack for you? Drop a comment 10x in the chat. If this is a 10x hack for you, drop a comment 10x in the chat. And you can see this, it is rewriting my whole resume right here. That's the crazy part. All right. Now let's say it is writing my resume. And once it has finished writing the resume, I would say that the resume is rewritten. Now, let's say because you applied using this resume, you got a chance to interview. You have an interview right now. How will you do the interview? Right? Because there could be a lot of things written on this resume that you're probably not in tune with. What would you do? Right? In that case, right, you write a prompt like this and you say, listen, go through my resume, go through the job description and tell me what are the kind of things that are missing, so that I can learn about all those things before the interview actually happens, and give them to me in form of a table. That's what I told you. I'm saying act like my career counselor, right? and I'm just gonna send this prompt right now. I'm basically saying compare my resume, compare my job description, and based on the things that you think my original resume was missing, give me a table of things that I need to get better with. And look at this. Extensive use and deep understanding of Salesforce is what I need to know, which I don't have. As a result, it is asking me to take a beginner Salesforce course. And then it says you need to know how to do advanced automation and AI workflow optimizations using tools like Zapier, Airtable, and all that. That I don't have on my resume either. So it's saying how can I improve it, and it's also giving me a score on how important this is. You see what we did? We first gave our resume and we said rewrite the resume for this job description. It did rewrite the resume for the job description. Once that happened, we said, listen, I have an interview going forward. Can you tell me what are the things that I should prepare? Because I have basically got you to rewrite my resume and it's giving me a list of things that I need to get better with. Guys, isn't this powerful? Isn't this powerful that you're able to get AI act like a career counselor? Literally. Right? And let's say finally you're done everything, you're prepared everything, and now you basically want someone to do a mock interview for you. And you'll be like, who will do a mock interview for you? Someone, because you're prepared. You have your interview in the next 2 days. How can you prepare? Can you get someone to do a mock interview for you so that you're better well prepared? Well, you can get AI to do that. And in that case, you see this little icon here. When I tap on this, the voice mode gets turned on. And I get AI to do my interview, just like this. And I give a voice prompt for this. Hey, so you have seen the job description and also my resume. I've actually got selected for an interview and I'm very scared if I'm well prepared or not. So can you act like a very tough interviewer and basically ask me questions one at a time and also kind of give me feedback so that I'm very well prepared for the interview? Yeah, the job that I've applied for is the same one that I've attached, which is Chief of Staff.
Absolutely. Let's simulate a tough but helpful mock interview for the Chief of Staff role at First Round Capital. I'll ask you one question at a time, and after each response, I'll give you honest, detailed feedback so you can sharpen your answers. Ready? All right, here comes your first question. This role demands lightning fast responsiveness and mastery of communication. How do you currently manage and prioritize an inbox with hundreds of emails? And how would you adapt that for someone else's inbox like Bill Trenchard's? Take your
Well,
time, answer as you would in a real interview, and I'll follow up with feedback.
Well, you know what? Because I've operated as a founder for such a long time, I've always been very busy with a lot of emails that coming my way. So what I've done is I've actually set up a Zapier workflow where every time I get an email, the AI actually reads up the email and kind of finds if that's an important email that I should address right away or it can wait out. If that's a very important email, I get a ping on my Slack. As a result, I can just reply on my Slack and that reply goes onto the email automatically. If it is not a very important email, then AI reads that email, writes 2-3 drafts for me and saves that on my inbox. Whenever I have time, I can go out and check it. This is how I manage my emails, which is very busy, and I could replicate a process like this for the company that I work for as well.
That's a strong start. You've clearly shown that you're tech savvy, proactive, and already
Guys, what do you
using
guys
AI
think
and
of this?
automation to manage high
What do you
volume
guys think of
communication.
this? AI
Huge
is
plus
literally
for this
taking my
role.
interview
Here's
right
your
now.
feedback and how you could sharpen your answer further. What worked well? You demonstrated experience operating at high intensity as a
You can see this AI is right now giving me feedback as well. So I basically got AI to do all the work for me for free, and I'm using the free version of this. You like what you're seeing? Drop a boom in the chat if you like what you're seeing. Drop a boom in the chat if you like what you're seeing. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We are just getting started, my friends. We are just getting started. There's a lot more crazy stuff coming your way. Okay, let's get into the next one, right? I'm sure a lot of you people, we have just done this. I'm sure a lot of you people want to have the ability to chat with a website, chat with a YouTube video. How many, I'm sure a lot of you people have faced the situation where there's something very, very technical article that you have come across and you're like, I wish someone could explain me what this is. Well, today AI can solve that problem for you. You can use this free Chrome extension called as Emily AI by going to Meet Emily, meetemily.ai. You can go there and sign up for free. And once you sign up, you basically have to download this Chrome extension. I've already downloaded this Chrome extension and you will see it in action very, very soon. So this is a powerful, powerful Chrome extension which allows you to do a lot of things, by the way. And one of my few very, very like best features according to me of this Chrome extension is that you can literally chat with a website, chat with a YouTube video, and literally chat with a PDF or anything out there. It's incredible. Let me show you how it works. For example, let's say I'm on this blog article which is by OpenAI, where with very, very technical language, right? OpenAI is talking about GPT 4.5 that they just released. And because I've installed the Emily Chrome extension, you can see this little E symbol right here, which is the Emily logo. If I tap on this nice little sidebar kind of opens up. And it has the option chat with the page. And it can do a lot of things. Summarize the website for you, generate a LinkedIn post, generate a Twitter tweet. It can analyze data that's on the page because that's probably a lot of data. You can see this, that's why it's predicted. Maybe you want to analyze data. But in this case, I'm going to just chat with the page, select that option. And there you go. And I'm going to ask a simple question to start with. You can see this has given me a nice little summary. It quickly read the whole page, gave me a summary, and it's asking me, are these any of the questions that you want? Let's say I ask a question, right? How is it different? Because this is a GPT 4.5. This is a new model from OpenAI. How is it different from the powerful reasoning models which can think? Let's say this is the question because we just read about O1 and I said it's a reasoning model that can think. You can see this says GPT 4.5 differs from original reasoning models like O1. This includes scaling unsupervised learning rather than developing a chain of thought before responding. I'm like, what language is it speaking? I'm not able to understand. So I can just say, can you explain this to me in a simple language? Because I'm not able to understand. It says some chain of thought reasoning before responding. Now it says, sure, imagine 4.5 as a super smart friend who has read a ton of books and watching loads of videos. It's great for spotting trends, blah, blah, blah. All of that it's explaining very nicely, right? Now I can say, what is the price? Or is it free to use? Because this is the new model. Let's see if that is mentioned here. Look at that. ChatGPT-5 is not free to use. It's available for pro users only and on all the paid tiers. You see how instead of sitting and reading the article, I could just talk to it and get so many insights. Guys, don't you think this is incredibly powerful that you can consume so much more content, and every time you have a doubt when you're reading an article, you can just ask questions on a Chrome extension and you will be able to get an answer. Don't you think this is powerful? Drop a yes in the chat if you think this is powerful, that you can literally chat with a website and consume so much more content, right? How cool is this? Now, you know where this goes to the next level? It can work on a YouTube video as well. How many of you have come across like a 2-hour long podcast and you're like, I wish someone could watch this podcast on my behalf and summarize it for me? How many of you have felt it? Me in the chat, like a 2-hour long podcast. Right? Guess what? This beautiful tool works on Emily as well. For example, this is a podcast that I did. Basically, this person is the founder of Policy Bazaar, a $10 billion company, and I was doing this podcast with him. You can see this is a big podcast that we have. And let's say you want to consume this podcast really, really quickly. How do you do that? Because we have installed Emily, you can see this new window that has popped up right here, which says summarize this video, create chapters, or even chat with the video. You can select any of the options, but let's say in this case, I select chat with a video. I just selected it, give it a second, and it should start allow you to chat with the video. There you go. It says chatting with the YouTube video. So it reads up what is on the YouTube video and you can literally chat with it. So I can say, what is the top advice that the founder gave. And instead of me watching the video, because I'm a founder, I want to get the advice, AI will watch all the video on your behalf and it will give you a nice little summary on whatever you're asking. I can say, what are the key takeaways from the video? And it can give me the answer of that as well, because it has watched the whole video in no time. You can literally do this with any YouTube video and you can consume content at a pace which is mind-blowing, right? And doesn't stop there. Emily, like I said, is incredibly powerful, right? It can also act as a tool on which you can literally, it can literally write replies on LinkedIn posts, right? It can literally write replies on LinkedIn posts. Let's say this is a LinkedIn post that I want to write reply on. I click on comment and you will see, because Emily is installed, it's like a super app, right? Emily is installed. It gives you the option saying AI reply. I can tap on this and I can say support, and it will read the whole LinkedIn post and come up with a reply. If you find it to be too long, you can make it short, click on this button, and it will look at that. It just wrote the comment for me. I can insert the comment and click on comment, and that's it. AI literally read this LinkedIn post and then created a comment for us on the go, and it's the same tool again. That is the crazy part, right? So one tool, and it can do so many things, right? In fact, what if I told you that this AI can also read text from images, right? It can understand what's on the image. Let's say you're seeing like this crazy dashboard and you're paranoid looking at this dashboard saying, what the hell is this? So complicated, right? You can literally take a screenshot. Let's say go to Emily's desktop app. This is like the Emily's desktop app. Once you log in, you can go to app.emily.ai. This is the desktop app. You can go to analyze data, right? Quickly take a screenshot of whichever dashboard or any image that you want to analyze, right? Drag and drop it here and basically select any of these options. Let's say in this case, statistical summary is what I select. It will read the text on the image. It will read the text on the image using OCR. It will look at all the data and it will tell you all of this, right? So could you please clarify the aspects of data that you would like to analyze? I can just say everything. I'm basically saying analyze all the data inside of this dashboard and tell me. And right now it is basically has the ability to read text, and in a way, in a few minutes, it is basically running an analysis right here. It's also kind of explaining him and also asking me to upload the data set. How incredibly cool is this? I can also ask, can you explain me what's in the dashboard like I am 5 years old? I can ask a question like this also, and if you don't understand what is on the dashboard, and there you go, it is also kind of explaining me what's in the dashboard. It's crazy, guys. This tool is crazy. That's why I covered this tool. It can do so many things for you. It can do translation. It has something called as AI specialist, where it can do with brand manager, product manager, personal branding, content writing, data analyst, social media manager. It has a bunch of prompts as well, which you can copy and paste. It's very cool, right? And the best part, it is free to start using it, right? Awesome. I hope you loved Emily. Now, how many of you guys want help when it comes to Excel? How many of you, when you look at a Google Sheet or Excel, you're paranoid and you're like, I wish someone could help me. You hate remembering formulas and whatnot. All right. What if I told you AI can help you with that as well? Yes, AI absolutely can. And let me teach you how you can become an Excel pro using AI. And the tool that we're going to use here is called as Numerous AI. It's a Chrome extension, it's a Google Sheet extension, and in fact, you can install this on your Microsoft Excel as well. And it's incredible, right? Let me show you the power of Numerous AI. Once you have installed the Numerous AI, you can see there's a Google Sheet here, right? Once you have installed this extension, if you go to extensions, the option of Numerous AI shows up, which is a sidebar. Let's say you suck at formulas and you don't know how to write formulas or don't remember the formulas and you don't want to go to YouTube to read it, right? And somehow you want everything that's mentioned here to be put together and you want the output to come here. And you don't remember, you know it is possible in Excel, but you don't know how to combine it. You don't know the formula. So what do? I keep my mouse pointer here and I will select generate formula. And I will say combine the text that's present in F2, G2, H2, I2 and J2, right? F2, G2, H2, I2 and J2. And I also want spacing to be added. Also make sure spacing is added between them. I just explained what I want AI to do. I click on generate formula. Look at that. It generated me a formula which I don't understand. I click on insert to cell and look at the magic. It just inserted the formula and you have the output right here. Now that the formula is ready, you can just drag and drop and it works. Guys, drop a boom if you think this is super cool. It can write macros, it can write automations, it can write as advanced formula as you want. All you have to do is explain what you want. Is this helpful? Is this helpful? Yes. Awesome, awesome. Do you want to see what else this can do? What else this can do? Yes? Okay. Let me show you what, guys, someone is asking me for links to Emily and all. We will share links to everything with you. Stay till the end, right? We will share everything. Like I'll share a Google sheet which has all the prompts, all the links. So don't worry about it, right? Okay. Let's come back right here. Let's say, this is interesting, right? Let's say your boss has given you this data. There's a product category and there are reviews here. And your boss is like, can you read each one of the review and tell me if it is a positive review or negative review? And also, can you write a personalized reply for each one of them? That's the job you're given. But you know what? There are hundreds here and it will take you so much time. So we get AI to do this. First, I want to know if it's a positive review or a negative review. So what do? I come here, this is where I want to insert, and I select this option called as sentiment analysis. I tap on this, it's asking me analyze the sentiment of what? I want to analyze the sentiment of this review. It's present in where? It's present in column C. So I'm going to select C and then that's it. I'm going to just say place result. It's going to quickly read the whole review and it's going to give us the answer positive sentiment in this case. I can just drag and drop. AI will go through all this information and it will tell me if it is positive or negative. And AI is doing all the work for me. In fact, I said, right, I want replies to be written for each of the review as well in a personalized way. How do I do that? I'm going to say is equal to NAI, which is numerous AI, and I'm going to write a prompt. Write a personalized reply for this review. And I'm going to select the review cell right here, close it. Look at that. It literally wrote a personalized review for me. I can now drag and drop. It will read through all the reviews again and will literally write the replies of each one of them. I can drag it till the end and it will just work. Guys, isn't this crazy? Drop a comment crazy in the chat if you think this is crazy. We just got AI not only to write formulas for us, but also is doing all this donkey work that we all hated to do, didn't we? We all hated to do, all on the go in no time. Awesome? Perfect. I hope data privacy, we'll get to questions. We'll get to questions towards the end. There's so much more to cover. So we'll get to questions towards the end. So stick around. Awesome. Now, Excel and all is fine. How many of you would love to figure out a way where you can do advanced data analysis using AI? AI is data analysis is a very powerful thing. All of us need to know how to do it. But it's very difficult because we need to learn SQL, we need to learn how to do Python and whatnot. So it's very, very painful for us to do it. But you know what? AI can do a lot of data analysis for us. All we have to do is upload the data, give it the data, right? For example, let's say we have data like this. Just open. I'll show you the data file first. Not new. Let me import this file. Imagine you're working for Netflix and your boss has given you this data. Okay. Let's say you're working for Netflix and your boss has given you this data and I've told you, go ahead, analyze this data and tell me what all top insights I can get and make this presentation, right? And look at the data it has, right? There's so much data. There are 8,000 rows of data, so much information. You have to find patterns in this and do data analysis on this. And I'm sure a lot of you people will get really worried when you see something like this. But how do we get AI to do the work for us? Well, it is simple. I will just download this sheet, whatever your boss has given, or let's say you have at work. I'll come to Claude because I told you Claude is very good with code. I will just upload this file and I will be like, act like a expert data analyst and give me top insights from the data I have shared so that I can show it to my boss and get a hike. I don't think giving the data to your boss will give you a hike, but just a fun one, right? That's all I say. I'm just saying do data analysis of this sheet. That's all I say. It says gathering my thoughts, be right there. Give it a second. Claude is a little slow today. Okay, look at this. It is saying for whatever reason I'm not able to do it. I'm going to give it a try again. If not, we're going to move on. By the way, you can also use Emily for the same, right? Emily can do this as well, but because Claude is free of cost, I thought I'll show you Claude. Okay, looks like, I'll analyze and look at this. It is starting to write code. I'm not doing anything. Obviously, I don't know how to write code. It's probably writing Python at this point of time. And it is doing all these analysis inside. Let us see what it comes up with as insights. Very, very interesting. Do you think it's humanly possible to write code this fast even if you knew how to write code? Let me know in the chat. Even if you knew how to write code, do you think it's humanly possible to write code this fast? That's the absolute crazy part about AI. That's the absolute crazy part about AI. Okay, let's wait it out. It's still doing its work. Okay, it says now that I've analyzed the data, I'll create a visualization to show you the key insights. So it just did the data analysis right now. Now it's again writing code. It's like I'm gonna not only show you, tell you the insights, but I'm gonna make a content analytics dashboard. It's writing code again for me. I didn't even say, you'll see, this is basically how agents work, guys. Look at this, it's writing more and more code for us. All right, let's give it, I mean, good things take time, but the speed at which this is operating, it's crazy. Okay. I'm very excited to see what's going to come up on the other end. Okay. Oh, looks like it ran into an error. I'm going to say try fixing with Claude. I don't have to say much. I'm just going to say try fixing it. That's all we have to do with AI, right? The beauty of it is just fix things. And we don't have to do anything. I just said fix it. Now it's going to write code again. All right, let's see what it comes up with. As it does the work, let's listen to some music for a couple of minutes, right? We are in the coding zone right now.
Pressure weighs like cement blocks on my chest. Trying to be
I hope the other side of the things are quite good.
Lightning in my brain storms the long nights, hoping one day to stop losing the fights. I just wanna make you proud so loud, through my whisper screaming at the crowd. Every stumble, every fall fall.
My
It's
God,
my
that's a
vow.
lot of code.
Let the sky know
That
I
is a
won't
lot of
fall
code.
down now. Fingers bleed from the strings of my soul. Played my flaws till they took their toll. But your shadow keeps guiding me through.
Okay, we're gonna wait for 30 more seconds. If it is still writing code, we're gonna move on and come back to it once it finishes, right? We just can't sit and watch it. So we're gonna wait for 30 more seconds. If it finishes, oh, perfect, there you go. Guys, look at this. Drop a boom in the chat. Just see what it has done. It has built a full-fledged dashboard for us. It is content distribution and it is working. I can select stuff here, right? Top countries and it's completely personalized, right? Top 5 genres, content by year, all graphs and everything works. If I go to content analysis, there's more tabs inside of this. Look at that. More tabs at it as well, and there's something called as growth trends that it has found, and also is giving you insights right here. And the best part is I can just simply click on publish and share this link with anyone and they will be able to use it. Guys, if you think this is a 100x hack, drop a comment 100x in the chat. We got AI not only to basically do analysis for us, but also build this beautiful, beautiful dashboard. And all I said is this: can you act like an expert in data analysis and give me top insights? That's all I said, and it built the whole freaking thing for me. How is it going, guys? How is it going? How is it going? From a scale of 1 to 10, how is it going so far for all of you people? Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Should we take it up a level? Should we take it up to a different level right now? Yes? Yes? All right. How many of you guys want to learn how to build kick-ass presentations using AI? Kick-ass presentations using AI. Do the research and convert that whole research into a freaking presentation using AI. All of you people, right? Let us do that right now. For that, what we're going to do is, by the way, what we're going to do right now is basically go to ChatGPT, and let's say the topic that we want to research on is, okay, let me think about it. I actually had done a prompt for this, so let me pull that out quickly. Yes, there you go. Let's say you have a presentation with an investor tomorrow where you have to present, where you want to raise money. You want investors to give you money to build a business. And what business you want to build? You want to build a business like Blinkit or Zepto in Mexico City. Okay? That's what you want to do. You want to build a Blinkit or a Zepto in Mexico City, and you want to do a presentation to your investors so they'll give you money. Well, you know what? Tomorrow is your interview, tomorrow is your presentation, you have not prepared at all. And you have to do the research, understand what's all to present, and then present it. And you don't have the time to do it. How will you do it? Well, we use AI for it, right? And for this, instead of going to ChatGPT, we go to something called as Perplexity, which is an incredible tool when it comes to research. And I'm going to use a prompt like this. You are an expert management consultant and you're doing extensive research on any topic using best frameworks. Do a quick research on quick commerce market of LATAM and see what a brand like Zepto or Blinkit in LATAM market can do. Make sure all of this is as detailed as possible. And I will select this option called as deep research because I want AI to research on this topic in a very deep way and give me all the insights, right? Now that I've done all the prompt, I click on the send button. And what this does is, look at this, deep research can go up to 30 minutes, 30, and it will prepare a research plan for you, right? In fact, ChatGPT also has a deep research option, but it only comes with the paid option, right? You need to have a pro account for this, right? Which is a $20 account. But in this case, right, let's run this also so you can see how deep research looks like on ChatGPT. What it does in this case is, it is asking me a few follow-up questions in this case. I'm going to just say go ahead, right? What it does when we say go do a deep research is that it will go out there and read up content on the internet. You can see this. In this case, right, it is going ahead. It's again asking me questions. Don't ask, do your research. Basically, it's asking me more questions saying that, hey, listen, what all do you need, right? How specifically do you need? I'm just saying, don't ask, do your research. I don't know if ChatGPT will allow. It is like, okay, you know what? To provide a detailed, actionable research, which of the markets should be prioritized? I'm going to say Mexico. It asking me a lot of questions so that ChatGPT can give you great results. And Perplexity, like you can see, it has already read 20 different articles. Basically, what it is doing is it has the ability to understand what you want, break it down, and research on your behalf. You can see this, it has saying starting the research, and it has started the research right now. Perplexity has also started the research and doesn't give you output right in there. In fact, if I go to Grok, right, Grok can also do this, and it has something called as deep search. It's free of cost. Unlike ChatGPT, I select this, click on the send button, it's gonna do deep search for us, right, for free, where it read up a lot of articles on our behalf and give us insights on this. Gemini also has something called as deep research. You can see this. I can select deep research right here. I've selected it. And Gemini also has something called a deep research, which in return will go out and read a lot of articles on your behalf. It's saying just a second, it's trying to understand the question. I feel I put together a research plan. I think it just didn't work. So I'm going to just do a refresh. Oh, there you go. I just have to say start research and it will start reading up stuff. Look at Perplexity right now, right? It has broken it down into 3 different steps and it has read 55 different articles on our behalf right now. 55 different articles already. If I come to Grok, right, it has already read 24 different articles, and finally you can see this, it has started to give us a report. It did work for 1 minute, read up 78 different articles. It did all this thinking for us. And once it did all this reading for us, it finally has given us insights. Gemini is doing the same. You can see this. It says researching 27 different websites. It is reading up stuff on the internet for us, just like a human being to do research. Look at this. Perplexity is still going on. ChatGPT is still going on. It's going to take, ChatGPT takes like 20 minutes to do research because it reads a lot of content out there on the internet, right? You can use any method that you think is great for you, right? Because in this case, Grok is done with its research the fastest. We're going to use this for now. But ideally, what I do is I will go through doing research on every tool and then kind of combine all the output into a single one, right? That is what I usually do. But I cannot wait for such a long time for all of these things to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Grok research because it has already done the research for me. And now that all the research is done, I will basically say, can you convert the above research into a 9-slide presentation, which I can copy paste into Google Slides? So what I'm saying is, listen, you have done incredible research. Now just give me the 9 slides that I can use using this research, which I can just paste it. And I can start doing the research or start building the presentation. So there you go. You have got all the 9 slides right here. All I can do is I can simply copy all of these things, go to Google Slides and paste it one at a time and get my presentation ready. But I'm sure a lot of you people are very, very lazy. In fact, AI can do your slide designing as well, right? But let's see what's happening. Perplexity is still reading stuff up because it said it can take up to 30 minutes to do research. And Gemini has read 218 websites, right? Ideally, we should wait, but we don't have the time to do it. You guys can play with all of these deep research tools of ChatGPT also is going on and on and on, right? Now that we have all the slides ready, of course, you can do it manually into a Google Slides, or you can get AI to actually design your presentation. And the way you do that is using a tool called as gamma.app. This is a tool. I'm using the free version of it. All I have to do is click on create new AI. There's an option saying paste in text. I select this option and I just paste the text. You can see this. I've pasted everything that the Grok has given me after doing the research as 9 presentations. And I just click on continue. It says configuring the prompt. And now it has given me more options to fine tune it, but I'm going to just skip and I'm going to click on continue. And now it's asking me to select a design. whichever design I like. Let's say I like this design. I'll click on generate button. My hands are off. Right? My hands are off. I clicked on the generate button. And guys, if you like what you're seeing, drop a insane in the chat. AI is right now converting the research that we did into a kick-ass 9-slide presentation. Look at what it created. Quick commerce in Latin America launching Zemto Blinkit style brand, right? Quick commerce market in LATAM, leading quick commerce players in there. LATAM versus Indian quick commerce, all the data right here. Market entry challenges, all the information is right here. Growth opportunities and how beautifully it is designed. Even the images are generated using AI, right? Strategic launch plan, key to success. How beautiful is this presentation? Conclusion and next step. I can simply download this deck as well, make changes if I want to, do everything that I want to, all in a few clicks. So in just a few seconds, I mean, of course, this is still researching for me. In just a few seconds, we were not only able to do extensive research, in this case using Grok, but we also converted that into 9-slide presentation and basically convert the whole thing into a deck right here. How insane is this? That is the power of AI, my friends, and I hope you guys are learning. And congratulations, you guys are now finished the beginner level of level 1 and level 2. So folks, how is it going so far? From a scale of 1 to 10, we are just done with level 1 and level 2. We have level 3, level 4, level 5 to come on. It will probably go on for more 1.5 hours. But how is it going? Is this like the best generative AI or any session that you have attended for a while right now? Yes? Amazing, amazing, amazing. Awesome. Let's move on because there's so much more to cover, right? There's so much more to cover, so let's move on. Now, level 1, level 2 is done. Let's jump into level 3 right now. And level 3 is all about diffusion models because we did a lot of things using text right now. In level 3, our idea is how can we learn about images and videos using AI. Now, I will not spend a lot of time in the beginner mode here because the real value of this is in intermediate and advanced. That is where you can do really advanced stuff. Of course, you don't need to write a single line of code, but beginner mode in itself is also very powerful that all of us can use. Okay? And let's get right into level 3, where in beginner mode, we learn how to create an image and then convert that image into a full-fledged video so that we can get great outputs. All right. So let's get right into it. And for the image generation part, right? Sadly, the tool that we have to use here is going to be a paid tool, and that's called as Mid Journey. The tools that you can use here is Mid Journey and Luma AI to be able to generate images and then go on to make videos as well. So in this case, we come to Mid Journey. This is a tool that we're going to use. I come to create. Sadly, it is a paid tool. It cannot be done for free. And I use a prompt like this. Create a realistic and a playful depiction of a cow standing in a lush green field on a sunny day. The cow has blue colored fur and shiny golden dollar symbols and currency signs scattered all over its body. It wears a stylish golden sunglasses, giving it cool, wealthy, and humorous vibe. Ensure the image is crisp, vibrant, and visually appealing. That's the prompt that I've given. For generating images, right, you just have to tell what you want and AI can generate that for you. Let's click on the send button. It is starting to generate. Just in case, if you want to generate images for free, then you can use a tool like Grok again. Grok is very good with images, and I can say generate an image, and I will ask the same prompt. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't as well, so it's weird, but this is free of cost if you want to try it, right? So let us see what Grok comes up with, and look at that. Look how cool of an image AI came up with. Because I said a realistic, playful depiction of a cow standing in a lush green field on a sunny day, wearing glasses with dollar symbols on it. It came up with all these images, right? Super duper cool images that it came up with. Let's see what Grok came up with. Oh, not bad. Grok came up with a decent image as well. It's free of cost. That is the best part. Okay? And we did this image generation for free. Okay, let's come to Midjourney. I like this image. I'm going to click on the download button. And I also kind of like this image, so I'm gonna click on the download button. Okay, so I've downloaded both these images. Now I want to convert these images into a video. I want to bring this cow to life. How do I do that? For that, I use a tool called as Luma Labs. Okay, this is the tool that I use, which is called as the Luma Labs. Okay, Dream Machine is the name of the tool, Luma Labs Dream Machine. We're gonna share the links to all these tools any which ways, right? And I just upload the images that I've downloaded of this cow from Midjourney. I upload that and I just say pan, let's say pan right. Actually, we'll do pan left. Oh, we can do pan right. Camera pan right, that's what we say. And I click on the send button and let AI do its magic. And basically what it will do is it will bring life to these images by panning. Okay, so it's going to take a couple of minutes for it to generate the image. So let's give it a second. Let's do its job. While it is generating the image, the song that I played some time back, did you guys like the song? The song that I was playing when the data analysis was happening. Did you guys like the song? What if I told you that song was generated all using AI? The music, the song, everything was generated using AI. Do you guys want to learn how to do that? Do you guys want to learn how to generate a song very quickly while the video is being generated? Yes? Awesome. Let's do that while this video is getting generated. And for you to generate your own song, you can go to a tool like Suno AI. Suno AI is this incredible tool with which you can generate full songs with music and whatnot. Okay? And the way you do it is by going to this create button and just explain what you want. In this case, I will be like create a dynamic electrifying musical arrangements that celebrates and congratulates the individuals who have dedicated 6 hours to mastering AI via Growth School, right? We are basically celebrating you people, and I wanted it to create a song for me, for all of you people. I just click on create button here. And look at this, it is saying generating songs. You can see this. I can click on create again, and it's going to generate 4 new songs for us, right? In no time. That's all I say. I say make a fun song dedicated to the 6 hours of people who have attended 6 hours of mastering AI via Growth School, and one is already ready. Let's play this, and you can see the summary.
And you've conquered the climb, pushing the limits, one idea at a time. You've cracked the code and turned on the light, diving through data till the future's in sight. Raise your hands, let the sparks ignite. 6 hours strong and you're set to excite. AI unlocked, you've earned your cheer. The future is calling and you're already here.
Guys, what do you think of that song? There are more.
And you've conquered the climb, pushing the limits, one idea at a time.
It is free.
You've cracked the code and turned.
This is one more that AI generated. I can just say Hindi rap, click on create, and oh, now it is like you're generating more, so you need to pay, right? It can generate in Hindi, it can generate in multiple languages. It's crazy, right? But we're using the free version, so it allows us to generate only so many songs per day. But that is where we are. Now, look at this video that AI kind of generated. There are more variations of it that has generated. Look at this, guys. We just converted the image into a video like this. This image was just generated right now, and we now added video to that. Guys, isn't this crazy what you're seeing? We of course created a song also very quickly, and we created this image, and then we converted that into a video. So your imagination is what is left. You can literally do whatever you want using AI. That's the best part, right? So we generated an image, converted that into a video, and we also created a song, all using AI. That is basically the quick gist of what you could do in level 3. But like I told, right, level 3 in the beginner zone is very basic, but in intermediate and advanced, you can do some absolutely wacky stuff, right? I'm going to talk about it towards the end so that all of you guys can level up. Right now, let's jump right into level 4, which is very exciting. In level 4 is where you learn how to build AI powered applications, where using AI, right, you can build full fledged products without writing a single line of code. Of course, if you know how to write code, it is great, right? But if you don't know how to write code, that's fine as well, and you can build kick ass products, right? And in the beginner zone of it, what I'm going to teach you today, of course, you can build extensive products. I'm going to show you how we build these products towards the end as well, during intermediate and advanced, the few products that we build. But right now, let us do something which is for beginners, which is let us build a website using AI, a personal website for me using AI. And you know what? The best part of this, we are not going to write a single line of code for this. The name of the tool that we're going to use is called as rollout.site. Okay, I'm going to share this website for you as well, so you don't have to worry. And what I'm going to do is, you remember my resume? I'm going to make a personal website from my resume. This is my resume that I downloaded from LinkedIn. I'm just going to copy the text here, go to rollout, and I'm going to be like, make a kick-ass personal website which has minimal design, majorly in black and neon green, uses nice, beautiful icons which are also minimal. The feeling should be that it should look like the Apple website in some way. Use this information to build my personal website, right? And I will just paste my resume all together here and click on generate. So this is again a website agent. So it's not going to give you a website just like that. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes to design the website. Right now it is saying creating. Let's give it a second. I want it to change to the building window. Once I see some parts of it, we will move on to the next part and we will come back 10 minutes later, right, for us to see the website. There you go. It has come into this zone right now. All right, now it is saying generating header and all. It's going to take good 10 minutes, guys, because it will do a lot of coding, understand all the text that we have given and convert that into a website. It will take a lot of time. Look at this, some part of it is already visible. Okay, there you go, it comes in. So I'm going to skip this right now. I'm going to come back about 15 minutes later, right, so that we know it is done. Right, and we're going to come back to it right after that to see the output that we have got. And I'm sure all of you guys would absolutely love it. Now, finally, let's jump into level 5. This is my favorite because I've been telling you guys that AI agents are here which can take a lot of jobs of a lot of people. What are these AI agents? You guys will learn how to build a very simple AI agent right now. And the level 5 is all about automating things with AI agents. So here we will learn how to build a very simple AI agent using something called as a custom GPT or something also called as gems on Gemini. That is the tools that we're going to use today. Okay. So what we're going to learn right now is to build a simple app on top of ChatGPT, which can do a lot of work for us. Now, how do you build apps? For that, you have to click on this open sidebar, and there is something called as Explore GPTs. When you go to Explore GPTs, right, this section is essentially a lot of people all over the world have built a lot of micro apps. And these are those apps. People from all over the world have built apps on top of ChatGPT. Now, why have they built apps on top of ChatGPT? Because you see, ChatGPT is a general purpose tool. It can do a lot of things really, really well, but it is not kick ass at everything. So if you want ChatGPT to do very, very specialized things, you have to build something called as GPTs. These are like micro apps on top of ChatGPT. And how do you do that? Of course, you can use all of this as well, but for you to create, you click on this create button and a new window kind of pops up. I'm sure a lot of you people have not seen it, but let me tell you one thing. For you to create GPTs, you need a paid ChatGPT account. But right after this, I'm going to show you how you can do it for free as well. So don't worry about it. Okay, learn the process. I'm going to show you how you can do this for free as well very, very soon. This is how the window looks like, guys. The one on the left is where you talk to AI to build what you want to build, and the one on the right is where you can see what is being built. Okay, let's build a simple app right now. Let's build a simple app which can actually, let's say, can generate a tweet on any topic you give. We want to generate a tweet on any topic we give, and that's the app that we're gonna build right now. How do we build it? I come here and I just say it in text. I will Okay, I will say act like a, you know what, guys, I didn't tell you this. Most of the times I don't type, I just say, right? I use a tool for that, and I'm gonna show you that tool as well. So let me just say it out this time. I want you to build a tool for me which will act like a viral Twitter expert. The job is that I will give a topic, and the tool should be able to write a tweet which will go viral on Twitter. Right? All I will give you a topic, and you give me a tweet which can go viral on Twitter. I just said it out. Wow, that didn't work. Okay, let me type it out. I will act like a viral tweet generator. I will give you a topic, and you should come up with a tweet that can go viral on X. Right? That's what I want to build, right? So I'm saying act like a viral tweet generator. So now it's saying updating GPT, and look at the right side. You will see a lot of changes that will happen on the right side because it's building the tool for you on the back end. ChatGPT is literally building that tool for you on the back end. So you'll see a lot of changes happening on the right side very, very soon. So keep an eye on this preview part, right? Saying updating GPT because it's building in the back end at this point of time. Okay. It says nice. Let's call the GPT the viral tweet machine. That's its name. Look at that, guys. It came up with a description. It came up with these 4 options, and it's asking me, is viral tweet machine a good name? I say sounds good. And you can see very quickly the viral tweet machine will be named right here. Let's see what it does next. It says generating profile picture right now. So it's coming up with a profile picture. You can see this little icon that's here, right? It's probably is going to come up with an image, and it will replace that profile picture here. So we are not doing anything. I just said this. All I said is this: act like a viral tweet generator. I will give you a topic, and you should come up with a tweet that can go viral on X. That's all I told, right? And it's doing everything on the back end all by itself. There you go. Okay, looks like there was a hiccup generating the profile picture. Want me to try again? Sure, try again. It says generating a profile picture again. Today looks like all the AIs are a little slow, right? Even Claude broke a couple of times. I've not seen it breaking for such a long time. Even ChatGPT is terribly slow. Weird. But that's okay. I think that's the world we're entering. Every time AI becomes slow, right, I get excited saying someone is releasing an update. Look at that. It came up with a nice little profile picture and it updated. Guys, we did nothing. We just gave a single line of text saying, I want you to build a tool which will generate tweets. And it came up with a profile picture, it came up with a name, it came up with a description as well. Everything done right in there. And it's like, it's ready to go, logged in, ready to test some tweets. Like, go ahead and try your tool that you have built. Let's give it a topic. Topic. Open. No, let's say AI will take jobs away. That's the topic, and we want a tweet to come in that which has a potential to go viral. It says tweet 1, AI won't take your job, but the guy who knows how to use AI better than you obviously will. Tweet 2, AI is gonna steal our jobs. Bro, your job was clicking next on a slideshow titled 10 ways to be more productive. And look at that. Guys, drop a boom in the chat if you think this is super cool. We just built this simple tool where we just gave a topic and it came up with 2 different tweets in no time. Isn't this super cool? Do you want to make this even better? Do you want to make this even better? Yes, in the chat. I'm going to be like, this is great. I want you to come up with 10 tweets at once for every topic I give. Okay. Also, make sure the tweets, I'm giving some feedback right now on how I want the tweets to be. Make sure the tweets that you come up with are very, very engaging and relatable to the Indian audience who are currently working for a job. Okay. I want every tweet to be reshared by people. Guys, is my screen visible? Is my screen visible? That's the feedback that I give. This is great. I want you to come up with 10 tweets at once on every topic I give. Also, make sure what you come up with are very engaging and relatable to the Indian audience who are currently working for a job. Looks like it's working for most of the people, so I'm going to skip. And look at this. It's saying updating GPT. So I'm saying 2 things. 1, I want you to come with 10 tweets, not 2. And 2, I want it to be more engaging and more relatable to the Indian audience who are working for a job currently, because that's the audience that I have on Twitter, right? I'm giving it more feedback on how I want the tweets to be. It's saying updating GPT and it says it's done. Give me a topic and I will drop 10 tweets. Let's give the same topic actually. I will say the topic, AI will take jobs. And let's see what kind of answers it comes up with. I said 10 tweets and it has to be spicy, relatable. Okay, let us see if it does the job. 1, pause. AI will replace your job soon. Me, भाई AI को बोल कि लेट नाइट कॉल्स, जीरा टिकट्स और चाय बनवाने भी सीखने दो. AI को चाय बनवाना भी सिखा दो. HR, we are upskilling employees for the AI future. Also HR, please fill this Excel sheet manually and mail it thrice. Guys, aren't this relatable? Drop a boom in the chat if you think these are relatable. AI will take jobs. Indian parents, तो बेटा अब AI से शादी कर ले, वो भी इंजीनियर है और कमा भी कर और काम भी करता है. Everyone scared of AI will take their jobs. Meanwhile me, बस ये PPT बन जाए कल के रिव्यू के लिए, फिर AI से डील करेंगे. AI might take your job, but AI will never understand Indian jugaad, office chugli, or how to fix the printer without IT. AI can write code, design slides, write email, but can it handle boss ka mood, clients urgent at 6 p.m. meetings, office chai pe gossip? Don't think so. Do you see what it is doing? Because I said related to the Indian audience, it has started to give tweets which are so cool. But you see what? Guys, do you like what you're seeing? Do you like the tweets that you're seeing? Yes? Awesome. But you know what? There's a problem to this. I'm very lazy as a human being and I don't want to sit and read 10 tweets. So I want AI to do more work for me. So what I'm going to say is, great. Now, don't only come up with 10 tweets, but also rate each of the tweet from a scale of 1 to 10 on the potential for it to go viral. Also give me the reason on why you think it will go viral. Order them from highest viral score to lowest and give the output always in a table. That's what I say. Let us see what it does. So I'm basically saying Don't only come up with tweets, but also rate each one of the tweets from a scale of 1 to 10 on how much, what do you think if it can go viral or not, and then give me a reason on why you think it will go viral, and order them from the one that has a potential to go viral on the top to the worst one in the bottom, and give me the whole output in a table. That's a lot of work AI has to do. That's like a very kick-ass tool, right? If you're able to build this, that AI has to do. And there you go. Locked and loaded. Drop your first topic is what it says. Let us see what it does right now. We'll give the same topic. AI will take jobs. Let us see what it comes up with. Okay. Guys, drop a insane in the chat if you think this is insane. Boss, AI will take your job. Me, perfect. Can I take my EMIs, family expectations, and back pain? Reason, sharp, relatable, hilarious, clap back. This hits hearts on millionaires, juggling everything. 9.3 is the score. If AI can't do my job, pay my rent, survive my manager, and not during Zoom calls, let it. I'm tired anyway. AI will take jobs. Bhai, nepotism, low hikes, and 16-hour workdays already did. AI is just late to the party. Guys, just see what we did. In 15 minutes, we built this incredible tool, which takes in as a topic, and it comes up with this incredible output, 10 different tweets in a table with rating, with a reason, so that you can simply copy what you like and use it. How much would you rate this tool from a scale of 1 to 10? A topic, and you get all these results in a table, and we built this in 15 minutes. Let me know in the chat. And meanwhile, as you do it, now if you're happy with the tool, you can simply click on this create button, and you get 3 options. You can share it as only me, and you can share it with only yourself, and you can use it. You can select anyone with the link. That basically means anyone with the link to this tool can use it. Or you can select GPT store so that everyone in the world can use it. In this case, I will say only with the link. Click on the save button. And if I say view GPT, look at this. Our product is ready. Let's give one more topic this time. Topic, Elon Musk is an alien. Let us see what it comes up with. It should work. Okay. Elon Musk is not human. He just announced a product, tweeted a meme, fired someone, launched the rocket, and had a kid all in one day. 9.5 out of 10. Elon Musk is definitely an alien. No human enjoys meetings that much. Elon Musk is an alien, and Earth is just his internship project. I love it. I love this tweet. Elon Musk is an alien, and Earth is just his internship project. Guys, what do you guys think? Elon Musk is that guy your manager talks about when they say think out of the box. Elon Musk का placement तो हो गया. अब हम भी मार्च चलते हैं. Right? So the tool works, and it works brilliantly well. Right? Awesome. Folks, did you learn how to build a AI bot right now? Did you guys learn how to build an AI bot right now? Yes? Do you guys want to build an advanced bot right now? Do you guys want to build an advanced bot right now? An even more advanced bot, like an AI freaking agent. How many of you guys want to do it? Me in the chat. Yes? All right. Let us learn how to do it. But for that, right, for you to learn how to build an advanced AI bot, you cannot just talk to AI and get it to work. You have to do some work. You have to learn how to write the prompt yourself. And for that, you have to learn this special prompting structure called as the markdown prompting. Now, you have to write your own prompt for you to be able to do this. Let me show you how the prompt on this viral tweet machine looks like. If I go to configure, right, this is the back end of the tool. You can see the name, viral tweet machine, viral tweet machine. If I want to change the name, let's say I want to add a 2.0, I just add a 2.0 and it just works. Description is right here. And then there is something called as instructions. Basically, everything that we spoke with AI, saying do this, do that, it understood everything and it converted that into this prompt. And that is why AI is able to do this. But for you to be able to build an advanced AI bot, you have to write your own prompt. And an advanced prompt actually looks something like this. This is a different GPT that we built. If I go to configure, look at this. Look how long this prompt is. Right? There is a hashtag. There are stars and whatnot. How many of you guys want to learn how to write advanced prompt like this? As a result, you can build an advanced GPT. In fact, our question for you people, how many of you guys have questions based on everything that we have learned so far? How many of you guys have questions? Should we build an AI agent which can answer all your questions? And I will build that AI agent right in front of you guys. How many of you guys want to learn that? Drop a boom in the chat. We will build our first AI agent right now, which basically can answer any question about today's session, just like an AI mentor. Should we build that advanced AI agent right now? Yes? Okay. For that, you have to learn how to write an advanced prompt like this. Okay? And that advanced prompt, if you can see that it has a hashtag, it has stars and whatnot. That is because for this, we have to learn something called as the markdown prompting. What is the markdown prompting? Markdown prompting has the same things, like I said, role, objective, which we already learned in the magic prompt formula. Context is one new thing that we have added, where we try to tell what they're doing is why is it important. Instructions and notes is like a summary. We have already learned about this prompting formula, but what are these hashtags and stars? These hashtags and stars are essentially basically called as markdown. Basically, using these hashtags and stars, we explain ChatGPT what is most important. You see, when it comes to humans, right? When you see a piece of text that is big like this, you know it is important because it's a headline. If you see a part of text which is in bold, you read it and you give it more importance because it is in bold. But to AI, you cannot increase the font or bold text because it's a plain text editor. As a result, you have to talk to it in the language that it understands. So when you put one hash like this in front of role, everything, the text that is next to it, it imagines it to be in H1. Look at the size of the font. It imagines it to be like a headline 1. If you put two hashtags, it imagines it as H2 or headline number 2, which is still a headline but smaller than H1. If you put three hashtags in the beginning, it will imagine it to be H3, where you can see this, there are three hashtags here. So as a result, it's H3, which is still a headline, but smaller than H1 and H2. And when you put a text in stars and you put text in the middle, AI imagines that text to be in bold. So this is our way to tell AI what is important and what is not important. And that is how we write this prompt. And that's why there's hashtags, the stars and whatnot. Understood? If we want to show something that is very important, we have to put things in hashtags and stars so that AI understands that this is a headline. So this is important. This text is in bold. So this is important. Guys, understood everyone? Yes in the chat. And that is basically what markdown is. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. All right. Now, let's get started with writing the prompt. Now, I said we are going to write a long prompt like this. A lot of people will be like, Vaibhav, that's going to take a lot of time. How will I write such a long prompt? Don't worry about it, right? What we're going to do is we're going to use AI to actually write this prompt. And we're not going to write it ourselves. And we're going to use a workflow for that, right? So for that, I will go to ChatGPT and I will tell what to write a prompt of. So AI will write the prompt for me, right? I come to ChatGPT and I will be like, you are an expert at writing extensive prompts. Write a prompt for an AI agent, which is a AI mentor of Growth School. The job of the agent is when a learner asks a question or doubt, it will go through the transcript of the session that learners have attended, find the answer to the question the learner has asked, and explain the answer in the best way possible. The transcript is attached as the knowledge base, in the knowledge base. Now, what did I do here? I said I will attach a transcript. So basically what we are going to do is, you know, when we did this session, right, we told you that there will be no recording to this session. Then why are we recording? So that we can get the transcript of the session. So when we get a video, right, the transcript looks something like this. When we get the video, right, from the video, if I on Zoom, right, Zoom also gives me the transcript. That is what did the mentors talk. It is all there. You can see 257 pages of everything the mentor spoke about. So this is all the text that I have spoken in this session. Obviously, this is not of this session, this is of the past session, right? I did this session before also a few weeks back, right? That is the session of this. Now I have the transcript of the whole file. Now, if you want a transcript like this, right, and you of any video that you want, you can just go to Google and say video to transcript converter free. There are a bunch of tools like this, like HappyScribe is a very good tool. If you upload a video, you will get a transcript like this. This is basically the subtitles of the video, right? Just like YouTube also gives subtitles, you can get the subtitles of the video for free, right? This is what we have downloaded already, right? What we will do is, we will build an AI bot, we will attach this transcript, and the prompt that we are writing here is, the job of you is, when a learner asks a question, you go through the transcript, try to find the answer, understand the answer, and explain it to me like a in the simplest way possible. That is the prompt I'm asking it to write, right? So there you go. I just say, write, you're an expert at extensive prompt, and I just said that. And look at this. Here's an expert level extensive prompt for the AI mentor for Growth School. And there you go. It has started to write the prompt for us. Let's give it a while as it writes the prompt. Writing an extensive prompt like this for us will take a lot of time. As a result, I'm just getting AI to do it. And this is how I work, right? I get AI to do all the hard work for me. Let us wait for it to kind of fill in the information. You can see it is still filling in the information, still writing the prompt for us. But as it is writing the prompt, if you realize, I told you that our prompt should be like this: role, objective, context, instructions with hashtags and stars. But AI didn't come up with a prompt like that. AI is coming up with a prompt in plain text English. So how do we rewrite the prompt in this format? For that, what I do is, now that the prompt is being written, I just say, rewrite the prompt in the markdown format and give me the output in the code editor. Guys, I'm going to share all these prompts with you so you don't have to worry. And what do? I come here, just copy the text that is here, come back to ChatGPT here, and I just paste the format. I'm basically saying, listen, I got the prompt, this is great, but I want this prompt to be in the markdown format, and give me the output in the code editor. I just click on the send. Now it wrote the prompt right now, the whole long prompt that it wrote, which would have taken us ages to write. Now it is giving the prompt in a code editor. Look at this, role, star, everything is out there. Guys, drop a boom in the chat if you think this is insane. We are basically getting AI to write the prompt, and now that the prompt is ready, we are getting AI to rewrite that in the format that we want, which is markdown. Isn't this crazy? Isn't this absolutely crazy? There you go, it is still writing the prompt. But didn't I tell you that custom GPTs or building an app on ChatGPT is paid? But I also told you how I'll teach you how to do it for free. You agree? You remember? Do you guys want to learn how to build this AI agent for free? There you go. The prompt is completely written. Now, for us to build this AI agent for free, what we're going to do is we're going to copy this prompt from ChatGPT, and we're not going to use ChatGPT again. I will go to Gemini, which is gemini.google.com. It says Gemini Advanced. That means it's a paid account, but I will go to a free account of a friend of mine. I'm right now in a free account, you can see. And on Gemini, there is this little icon called as Gem Manager. Gem Manager here. If I tap on this, right, Gemini Gem Manager opens up. Now, what is this Gemini Gems? Gemini Gems are equivalent of GPTs. You can build your own apps on top of Gemini Gems as well, right? But this is free of cost. So what I'm going to do, I came to this button called as Gemini Gems by clicking on this Gem Manager that is right here, right? I'm on the free account. I'll click on New Gem. There you go. Here we are. Now, I have to name it. I'll call it the Growth School AI Mentor. And here is the instruction part, right? So what do? Because I've already created the prompt, I just copy here, come to Gemini and paste the prompt. There you go. The prompt is ready. Now, we have to give it the knowledge base. You can see this, there is something called as knowledge right here, and it is allowing us to upload a file. So what I'm going to do, the transcript that we have of the session that I did in the past, right, which is very similar to this, I can simply download this, come to Gemini Gems, and then I will just attach this. I'll just drop this transcript here, and there you go. You can see this, it is being attached at this point of time, and done. We have the prompt ready, we have the knowledge base ready. Let us give it a shot. Okay, let us ask a question. What all tools were covered in the session? Look at this, it says just a second. It's analyzing the knowledge base, I'm assuming. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Numerous, ChatGPT. All of this is right here. It's pulling in information from here. You learn how to build custom GPTs, Perplexity, Gamma app, Midjourney, Grok, all the tools. What are the tools that were used for thinking model or reasoning models? Let's see if it's able to get it right, because we spoke about ChatGPT 1.0 Pro and all of that. Look at that, guys. ChatGPT 1.0 Pro and DeepSeek. Obviously, this time I covered more. Last time when I was doing it, I didn't cover all. I just showed people 2 of them. Guys, isn't this insane? Isn't this insane? We are just asking a question and AI is able to answer, right? If you like what you're seeing, I can simply click on the save button, and the Gemini Gem is ready to be used, right? I can share it with anyone can use it and whatnot. And I can ask more questions. Which tool was used for creating presentations? It is again analyzing the data that I've given. And look at that, gamma.app. Isn't that the correct answer, my friends? Isn't that the correct answer? That's it. We built an AI agent. Now imagine, there are so many people who have attended the session. You know what? In the last 1 year, in fact, in the last 3-4 months, more than 1 lakh people have attended this session. If each of them has 5 doubts, that's 5 lakh questions. I have to hire hundreds of people just to clear doubts. But now we built a simple AI agent which can answer any question that you guys might have. Isn't this incredibly powerful? Isn't this incredibly powerful? This is what I mean by AI agents. Instead of hiring 100 people, I just built an AI agent that all of you guys can use it for free. Yes, you can do the same. You can upload your meeting transcript also and ask questions of the meeting. You do whatever you want. I'm just showing you guys an example. Now, with that being said, you remember we wanted to create a website? Do you guys want to see the website right now? It should be built by now. Yes? Guys, this is the website. Look at this. Hello, I'm Vaibhav Susinthi. Get in touch, view experiences. Look at this website, guys, that AI has created. What do you guys think of this? Languages that I speak, growth school, and all my experiences right here. These are the companies that I've invested in. My investment philosophy, my top skills, my additional expertise, my languages that I speak, the achievements and recognitions that I have. Get in touch. The whole website is created using AI from my resume. Do you guys think this is beautiful? Do you guys like what you're seeing? How crazy is this? This is the power of AI. And you know what? This is mobile friendly as well. Look at this. I've converted this into the mobile format and it works on a mobile phone as well. Guys, I have a question for all of you people. Now that you have got to this point, do you guys believe, agree when I say this? Or do you guys agree with the fact that AI is more powerful than you thought it is? Did you feel that AI is more powerful than you thought when you came into this session? That is the world we are living in. So, what we have covered so far today is level 1 to level 5, where we started to learn what generative AI is. We learned prompting and we played with a bunch of AI tools as well, like Emily AI, Perplexity, and whatnot, and built presentation, did a data analysis, build a whole dashboard as well. And then we learned how to generate images using AI and convert that into video. In fact, we freaking built a song using AI. Then on the next level, what we did was we built a full freaking website using my resume without writing a single line of code. And finally, we built our first AI agent, which is a Q&A bot, which can answer any question that you have. This is the beginner zone of all the 5 levels. Do you guys want to know what is in intermediate and advanced and what are possible with it? Very quickly. Yes in the chat if you would like to. See, this is not for everyone. I know when people joined, there were about 250 people who've joined, but right now there are only like around 170, 180, right? You guys are phenomenal. You guys didn't give up, right? And that is why I kept everything to the end. So that only the best people who have the patience, who want to learn, will actually learn. Now, the next 15 minutes is going to be incredibly important. So focus. So really, really focus, right? So to become a rockstar AI generalist, like I spoke in the before, you need to learn the full roadmap, the beginner to intermediate to advanced and all the tools that encompasses. And that is what we're gonna talk about right now. Like I said, level 1 is foundations aware large language models. Level 2 is advanced prompting. Level 3 is image and video. Level 4 is automating tasks. And level 5 is building AI powered agents. Now, let's get right into learning or knowing about intermediate and advanced levels as well. Now, in level 1, right, intermediate part is where you learn how you can integrate AI into external tools. You have to master advanced prompting techniques. Like I said, right, you saw a list of prompts like tree of thought and all of those prompting techniques, right? You need to learn all of that. And essentially, you have to learn the concepts of something called as RAGs and fine tuning. Now, what the hell is fine tuning? Fine tuning is actually taking any AI model that is out there, bring that on board, essentially train with your own information so that the AI model will work for you in the way you want it to work, right? So that is the level 1 part of it. These are the kind of things you have to learn. For this, you can learn tools like Fireflies, you can learn tools like Notebook LM, Copilot, DeepMind by Google, Rose, Phrase, Umata, Vector Shift, Claude, and things like that. This is level 1. And on level 2, like I said, in the advanced one, right, you have to learn advanced prompting, how to build AI voice agents so that it has memory and can answer questions. And like I said, learn about something called as RAGs. Now, what is RAGs? When you have a lot of data and you want AI to kind of search within that data, you have to implement a system of RAGs. And also something very, very important, a lot of you guys actually asked me this question, saying that Vaibhav, are there only chat GPT? There are a lot of AI models out there which are open source. and you can find those AI models and can literally install that on your computer, and these AI will work without internet. For that, you have to learn a lot of things like Olama. Figure out all the AI models out there like Hugging Faces. You can build a voice agent using Vapi and explore all the AI models on Mistral AI, Google AI Studio, play with all these platforms to get a very good picture. Do you guys want to see demos of everything, or you just guys want to learn the levels? Would you guys want to see the demos? Demo in the chat. So that you get a perspective of what you could possibly do. Yes? Brilliant. Let's do the demos as well for every level. Well, I'll tell you one thing, guys. For you to finish level 1 and level 2, because after today, right, tomorrow there's a session, so make sure you show up where we'll teach you automation there. But the idea here is we want you to go out and learn all these things after tomorrow, right? For you to finish intermediate and advanced of level 1 and level 2 together, it will take you about 5 months to 6 months when you learn it yourself, and you have to dedicate 10 hours a week. See, if you can't even dedicate 10 hours a week, you will get nowhere. Okay. So if you're able to dedicate 5 months, 5 to 6 months max, you will be able to master level 1 and level 2 from beginner to intermediate to advanced, and you can play with all these tools. Now, I told you, you can literally install a AI model on your computer using a tool called as Olama. Now, once you install a tool like Olama, right, if you open terminal, now what you see might be like, oh, Vaibhav, you're a developer. I don't know how to write a single line of code, right? This is the terminal. I actually am running all the AI models on my computer, okay? And you can see this activity monitor very, very soon. So on this, I can say Olama, and there you go, it came up with a bunch of commands. And if you want to see the list of AI models that I'm running on my computer right now, right? I can just say Olama list, and look at this. I'm running Gemma 3, Llama 3, which is by Meta. DeepSeek, I'm running on my computer because DeepSeek is a Chinese brand and I don't want my data to go there. So it's all running on my computer, and Llama 3 as well. If I want to run any of them, right, I can say Olama run, let's say in this case Llama. Llama is an AI model by Meta, by the way. I can click on the send and it says you can run right now. So now I can start talking to it, okay? Now let us say I want to know what came first, chicken or egg, right? And look at this, it's able to give me an answer, and this answer is not coming from the internet, guys. This answer is coming from something that is on my computer. I can say expand more, and it's going to expand, and look at this activity monitor. Look at this GPU. It says 86% right now. It has gone to 83 again. It will go up again. This is the GPU, 81%. You can see this. So it is literally running on my machine right now, this AI, right? And it's using my computer's GPU. In fact, I don't use a lot of ChatGPT and all of that anymore. I run most of these AI models using Chatbox. There's a nice little UI interface, and all of this AI is running on my computer right now, by the way, right? It's all running locally, and I told you, I use DeepSeek for free, right? And it runs on my computer. This is how I use it. I use the chat box, and I can still ask the question, what comes first, chicken or egg? And look at this. It is thinking right now. And if you don't believe it's using my computer or not, look at this GPU usage. It is all using my GPU on my computer right now to run this locally. That means no internet access needed, no need to pay anyone. It's an AI model that I own, which is running on my computer. Isn't this crazy? And these are the kind of things you will be able to do once you finish level 1 and level 2, where you can run your own models, and you don't have to be a developer for this. But for you to become an AI generalist, you need to be good at all these things. Very, very, very important. Now, level 3, like I said, today we learned how to generate an image and a video. A lot of people might also be thinking, Weber, why do we have to learn how to generate images and videos and all of that? How is that even important? Why should I even do it? Well, the reason why it is very, very important is because you are becoming an AI generalist. And for you to become a kick-ass AI generalist, you need to be able to solve problems across the spectrum, not just with text. It doesn't come with shapes and forms. As a result, you need to be very good with image and video as well. For this, you have to learn something called a stable diffusion, and you have to learn this new skill called as comfy UI, with which you can literally build your own mid journey. You can build your own Leonard. You can build your own platforms like that without writing a single line of code using a tool like Comfy UI. Right? These are the kind of techniques you have to learn. For that, you can obviously explore Julio AI, Flux, Civit, HeyGen, Stability, 11 Labs, Comfy UI, like I said. Stability AI is the one that does stable diffusion. In fact, let me show you something. I think you'll find this very, very cool. Let me open my Instagram. Okay, let's go to Reels. Look at this, check this reel out.
It actually is capable of reading my thoughts right now. And the crazy part, it costs less than 5,000 rupees. This is day one of future tech updates. It's called Omi, and it's not your typical smart device. This thing is basically like having Iron Man's Jarvis around your neck or your head. But here is what's crazy. It can actually read your thoughts. The company behind this, based
now, why am I showing you this video? In fact, you can watch any of my videos. I have about 500k followers, right? You can watch any of my videos. I get millions and millions of views in a few of them, right? And look at all these images. Do you think I've taken all these pictures? Look at this in this fancy suit. In fact, I'll show you one. Look at this in an astronaut suit. All these images are generated using AI. These are AI images generated based on training my face on it. Well, that is not the crazy part. The crazy part is that the script of the video that you just saw, or any video that I've posted in the last 4 months, are generated using AI. Well, not just the script, the voice that you heard was generated using AI, and that was not me. And not just the voice, the video that is me talking in that video is not me, it is my AI clone. Now, I'll play one more video. You tell me, what do you think of it?
Brocodes became one of India's hottest beer brands. But here's the crazy part. They don't even sell.
Guys, that is not me, by the way. That's my AI clone. And the audio also is not me. That is my AI clone.
Everyone orders Brocode thinking it's beer. That's exactly what they wanted. Look closely at their bottle. Something's hidden in plain sight.
What
this
do
is
you
day
guys
one
think?
of 100 days of
Isn't this
business
crazy?
breakdowns. Brocode isn't beer at all. It's wine packaged as beer with 15% alcohol. That's 3 times stronger than regular beer. They also make sure it is placed next to beer instead of wine, so that perception stays as beer. But wait, it gets better.
Are you able to identify that it is AI and not me? Doesn't it sound like me? Doesn't it look like me? All these videos.
Elon Musk is suing
using
India.
AI.
X, formerly Twitter, just filed a lawsuit against our country. The Indian government created a system that
Guys, that is the crazy part, and that is why you will be able to do all of this, right? If you do level 3 properly, you'll be able to do even more advanced things than this, all using AI. I don't shoot my content anymore. It's all done by AI. The script is written by AI, the audio is done by AI, the video is done by AI, only the editing is done by a human being, even the thumbnail is AI. That is the power of learning image and video creation in the right way. And of course, you can do so much more, right? All using AI. These are the kind of things that you can accomplish. Level 3 for you guys to learn yourself will take about 3 months, I feel, 3 to 4 months, and you can do it all by yourself without a problem. Finally, level 4 is where you build your own AI powered solutions. Well, the best part about the world that we are living in is that you can build really, really complicated stuff, really like impressive products without writing a single line of code. I told you that all my scripts of this is written by AI, and it is written by a product that I've built without writing a single line of code called the Instagram Reel Script Generator. This is a product that I built in 3 hours without writing a single line of code, which my team uses, right? And here I can give any topic. Let's say OpenAI will go bankrupt, right? The first thing that it does is it sends the information that I just gave to, it sends it to Perplexity and does the research in the backend and gives this research back to me. So any topic that I give, AI does the research via Perplexity, and once I'm happy with the research, I can approve and continue. Then it asks me if I want to add some personal thoughts to it. I don't want to add any personal thoughts, so I skip this step. Then what it will do is, it will send this research to Claude. to rewrite the whole thing into a script in my own style. So I've trained the Claude bot, I fine-tuned the Claude bot to write scripts like me. Again, I've done all of this without writing a single line of code, and it comes up with 3 different scripts that I can select. If I want more scripts, I can click on load more scripts as well. If I like something, I can select the script. I can say refine your script. Now look at that. In a few clicks, it did the research, it wrote the scripts, it gave me 10 different hook ideas, and also is the whole script is here, and I can make the script better by basically chatting with it, and the script will be made better. My team works on a script like this using AI and then sends the script to the AI agent of mine, which creates the audio, video, and all of that. And the video editor stitches the video and puts it on my Instagram. This whole tool is built without writing a single line of code. Okay, and there are a lot of tools that you can learn how to use it, like Bolt, Virtual VO, Lovable. I've used this Lovable here, and so many other tools out there, right? That's the crazy part. Well, if you're a developer, you can of course build it by writing code. But if you're not a developer too, you can build kick-ass products like this without writing a single line of code. In fact, one of our students, right, built this product called as Audio Notes, which does close to, I think, $100,000, so about 80 lakhs in revenue. The whole product was built without writing a single line of code. He built it all using AI and makes a ton of money. That is the power of AI, and that is the power of level 4. Once you finish level 1 to level 3, right, you get to a point where you can build advanced stuff like this. And that is the real power, and you don't need to know how to write a single line of code for to be able to make it. And finally, on level 5, now that we've gone through all the 4 levels, you can literally build AI agents. AI agents which can automate things for you. You have to learn tools like Make, Lindy, Zapier, Crew AI, N8N, and you'll be able to build advanced AI agents which can execute tasks for you and can literally replace humans. And this is a very, very important skill set. Will take you 4 to 5 months to learn it yourself if you dedicate at least 10 hours a week. So I feel in like 5 months, in like 1.5 years, right, you will be able to learn everything in intermediate and advanced across the board to become an AI generalist. Now, with that being said, do you guys want to see a slightly advanced AI agent that I use every day? Do you guys want to see an advanced AI agent that I use every day for you to get a sense of what you could fundamentally build? Yes? Let me show you that. So, what I'm going to show you is called, so basically I wanted to hire an executive assistant, right? An executive assistant which can manage my calendar, read my emails, reply to my emails, check my calendar, block meetings for me, and most importantly, right, I wanted this executive assistant to attend my meetings and take notes, because I was not able to attend all the meetings I had to. And as a solo founder, it was important for me to attend meetings, and I was not able to attend all the meetings because I have so many meetings every day. I have to work 7 days a week. As a result, I was trying to hire a person first, and I just could not find a person that I really liked. As a result, my team basically said, Weber, let's build an AI agent which can do all of this. And we actually built an executive AI assistant which can manage my email, which can manage my calendar, which can attend meetings on my behalf, and we are building capabilities for it to do much more advanced stuff as well right now. And the way this works is that there is a super agent, and that super agent's name is Jerry. And under Jerry, there are a bunch of other agents. This is called the agent network. One agent is specialized with email, one agent is specialized with calendar, one agent is a meeting agent which attends meetings on my behalf. When I am not attending meetings, my AI agent attends meetings, takes all the notes and sends it to me and whatnot. That is what we built so that we don't have to hire. And instead of spending 25, 30 lakhs per year hiring an executive assistant, a good one, we basically built this AI agent. And this AI agent has been built inside of our Slack. Now, you might be like, Weber, what is Slack? Slack is basically like a simple platform, right, which basically where I talk to my team. You can build a very similar AI agent in your WhatsApp as well if you want to. Or if you want to build this AI agent, you can build an AI agent which you can talk on phone as well, right? But I built this on Slack because that is what I prefer, right? Okay, the name of the my executive assistant is actually Jerry, and it can do a bunch of things. Let's say I want to check what all meetings do I have tomorrow. Do I have tomorrow? What it does is it goes through, like I said, it has integration with my calendar and whatnot. So it goes through. My super agent Jerry says, oh, Vaibhav has asked for meeting, so I have to go and check his calendar. As a result, it will invoke or it will knock the door of the calendar agent and will be like, what meetings does Vaibhav have? Can you quickly tell me? And the calendar agent will go and check out my calendar because it's integrated with my calendar. It will pull out the information and will send the super agent. The super agent will organize that information and send that answer back to me. It takes about there you go. It takes about a couple of minutes for the answer to come. And there you go. It says I have 2 meetings scheduled for tomorrow. The project pipeline sync up weekly, where we have to review progress of Flick app, which is an app that we are building, and GS Daily Stand Up Engineering, which is a daily stand up that we have. These are the 2 meetings that I have to attend, right? Now, let us say I have to ask a follow-up question. I told you that my AI agent also attends meetings on my behalf. So let's say I ask about Flick app. Can you give me a detailed report on things we spoke in the last meeting of, I have to copy and paste the meeting name or else it will get confused. And what we discussed about the Flick app. Now this is very interesting, okay? When I say, give me a detail, remind me what we spoke last week about Flick app in the product pipeline sync up meetings, the super agent again understands the question. It says, oh, Vaibhav is asking about a meeting that happened in the past. So it goes and knocks the door of the agent which attends meetings on my behalf, pulls that info, goes into that meeting, reads up all the notes it has taken. Then we said it is about Flick app. So finds the information about the Flick app on it, kind of will summarize and will send the report maybe in a second or two. I don't know. Sometimes it takes up to 90 seconds because it has to do a lot of work in the back end. But this is the beauty. I don't have to attend meetings. It will attend meetings on my behalf. I can just talk to it and it will give me reports, right? So let's wait for it to give us the report. If it doesn't work, oh, there you go. If it doesn't work, I basically have to say, can you try again? And it will do it again and give me the answer. And look at that. Certainly based on the last meeting, here are the key updates of the Flick app. UI testing pending, backend integration issues, go live timeline, bunch of things. Guys, don't you think this is super cool? Yes. You know what? I also told you, by the way, that it can send an email. So I can say, can you send an email to Kamlesh asking him about the, let's say, what do we ask him? Sprint goals. Sprint goals of the upcoming sprint, and send me the Jira before tomorrow's meeting. Now what happens here is crazy. I'm like, send an email to Kamlesh asking about sprint goals of the upcoming sprint and send me the Jira before tomorrow's meeting. When I do this, right, first it will invoke the email agent. Jerry will invoke the email agent. It will find Kamlesh in the company with the email ID @growthschool.io. Once it finds the email ID of the person, it will then draft the email and send. In this case, if there were 2 Kamlesh, let's say there was a Kamlesh Kumar and Kamlesh Singh, it will get confused. As a result, I need to be very specific if there are multiple people with the same name. But in this case, because Kamlesh is only one, I could just say find email of the Kamlesh and it will be able to find. And then, but it doesn't send email right away. It takes about 15 minutes to be able to send the email. So it should send a confirmation to us. And 15 minutes later or 20 minutes later, it runs a cron job and kind of sends an email. Oh, there you go. The confirmation is here. Certainly, I reach out to Kamlesh and request the sprint goals ahead of the meeting. There you go. Isn't this absolutely nuts, right? This is the agent that I use on almost on a daily level. Of course, right, we basically did a reset of this so that you guys don't get to see the conversations that we have. And do you guys want to see the advanced capabilities that we are building into this? We are building advanced capabilities where it can go and do work for me on my behalf. Do you guys want to see that advanced capability that we are building? Yes? Very quickly? Okay. Let me try doing that. Okay. So I cannot show you that because that's in the development. We use something called as a responses API to be able to build this. Guys, let me tell you one thing. All of this is built without writing a single line of code. My team of AI generalists don't know how to write code. They have all done it in 2 days. This agent has been built in 2 days and we have not written a single line of code. And this is the new capabilities that we are adding to this. I think it will be ready in a couple of weeks, if not more, which is basically the operator capability. Now let me demo you the capability on what it can do so that you get a sense. So this is the next leg of basically what we are building inside of this, of agents basically. Operator is also open via API for me to integrate this into my tool. This is what I'm integrating inside of our executive assistant, which can go out and do tasks. In this example, right, I'll quickly show you an example where basically I wanted someone to go to Y Combinator website. There are list of companies here which this Y Combinator is this startup accelerator who invest in companies. I wanted to come up with new startup ideas, AI companies that we can build inside of Growth School, right? And I didn't have any ideas. So I was like, listen, somebody actually recommended me, go through the companies that Y Combinator has invested in. Once you go through the companies, you'll find a lot of ideas that you can build yourself for India. I was like, great. But when I come to Y Combinator, right, there are 5,000 companies that I have to go through. That is, I have to go through 5,000 companies, open one by one each one of them, read about them, see if that's a good fit for India, see this is something that I can build or not, and then kind of do the this. And I don't have an executive assistant to do it. I just have an AI. So how do I do this in an automatic way? Well, operator can do that in an automated way, and let me show you how it works. I just send a prompt like this to operator, act like an expert researcher and data scraper to gain insights of potential startup ideas. I'm the founder of Growth School, my strengths, my weaknesses, and I'm saying I want to leverage my existing 10 million consumer audience to build a startup. And I'm telling it the steps. Go to the Y Combinator website, click on the list of W25 badge, that is this option right here. Select that option for me. Go through each of the startup, pick up the name, one line description, website link and all of that, and evaluate the startup for relevance and copy and paste all the relevant companies inside of this Google Sheet. Just like I would give a task to any human being out there, right? That's all I say. I send this prompt to operator and that's it. It says extract startup idea insights. Guys, check this out. My hands are off. There's a Chrome window that AI has opened in the backend. And it is doing all of that. Funny? Are you here?
Yes, Vaibhav.
Can you explain what is happening to people on this? I'll just be back in like 2 minutes.
Oh, sure. Yes. So folks, as you can see on the screen, on the left side, you will be able to see operator doing its work, which is basically it has taken over Vaibhav's computer as an agent and it is doing the work that it has been asked to do, right? So as you can see, it has opened a tab on its own. It's going through Y Combinator's website, which we would have had to do manually, but it's all done by AI agent right now. Vaibhav is not on the other side. Actually, on the left side, you will be able to see what it actually is doing. It is returning to the main list and it is going ahead and reviewing startups. Of course, this agent, you might think that it's slightly slow right now, but as months go by, this is going to get much, much faster and economical as well. But there you go. You can see that Vaibhav's hands are off. I'll just put the spotlight on him. But you can see that he's drinking water, but the work is going on the browser.
Guys, this is not me doing anything. This is AI doing just for now. Because this was working, I had to pee. So I ran to the washroom, but AI was doing the work in the backend, right? So that is the power of where we are living in, right? And we are building this capability into our executive assistant, which can go and do jobs for us. Now, I have already done this some time back. It went on for like a couple of hours going through each one of the 165 companies that are on W25 list, opened each one of them, understood what is in there, created a Google, I shared the Google Sheet as well. You can see it is opening all tabs right now, right? It opened everything, read about all the companies, I shared the Google Sheet to it as well. On Google Sheet, it filled all the information about all these companies. And when I woke up the next day, the sheet was ready. Something that would have easily taken any human being 5 to 6 days to do was done with AI all by itself by using the computer in the backend. This basically is the power of AI agents. Now imagine if it is able to do this, it will be basically be able to do almost anything that is on a computer. Isn't this insane? Now do you believe when I say AI agents can take over jobs? And this is right now. Don't you think it will be 10 times faster in 6 months? Somebody is like, Vaibhav, is this your AI agent or you? This is me. I'm not AI right now. I hope that I get to the AI point some point of time. But you get the point. Guys, drop a insane if you like what you're seeing and if you think what you're seeing is insane at this point of time. Everything is done by AI in autopilot while we are chilling. That is the crazy part, and that is the power of AI agents. Now I'm going to stop this from running because it will go on and on and on, and I want to not do it right now because it's already done. This was for me to demo it, and we are building this capability inside of our executive assistant as well. You can build an executive assistant like this, like I just showed you, which is the execute EA, right? You can build this AI agent, integrate capabilities like this without writing a single line of code. And for that, you have to learn level 5. For you to learn level 5 advanced, you have to go from beginner to advanced across the board. And that is how, my friends, once you do all of this on level 6, you can connect all the dots and start building your full-fledged AI agents and full-fledged AI solutions. And I hope all of you guys get to that point. Right? There are two paths that you can take from here, my friends. One is that you can learn everything yourself. We have created the full roadmap. My team will share the full roadmap with you. How many of you believe that you guys want to become a generalist? Me in the chat. You believe that becoming a generalist is very, very important with AI coming into the picture that you've seen so far. We will share the full roadmap with you. The beginner, intermediate, advanced, everything will be shared. I've already shown everything to you. We'll also share it if you have not taken the screenshots so you can learn it yourself. It'll probably take you 18 months to a couple of years to be able to pull this out. And I'm sure you can become AI generalists yourself. But with that being said, now that we have gone through this 2.5 hours of training already and a day 2 coming next as well, can I take a permission for something? Can I take 15 minutes of your time to tell you how we can teach you to become an AI generalist as well? Because at Growth School, we have built something with which we can teach you on how you can become an AI generalist. Can I take 15 minutes of your time to do that? Because I think it's going to be incredibly valuable for a lot of you people. For all those people who are like, Vaibhav, I don't want to know, I will do it myself. Thank you so much. You guys can drop off from the call at this point of time. Thank you guys. You guys can drop off from this call at this point of time. Come back tomorrow, same time for the session number 2. And for all those curious minds out there who are like, Vaibhav, can you help me? Because I want to become an AI generalist. I don't want to spend 18 months of my time. Can you handhold me? Can you do that for me? If that is one of you people who realize the power of this, give me 15 minutes because we have built an incredible program and an incredible brand to get people ahead of everyone else. If you want to learn from the best leaders in the AI world, along with the top-notch global community and build where you learn, I'm super excited to introduce you Outskill. This is a brand by Growth School. The company behind Outskill is also the company behind Growth School. I'm the founder of this, but Outskill is a specialized brand for you to become an AI generalist and outskill everybody else. And inside of Outskill, the first program that we launched is essentially the AI Generalist Fellowship. The AI Generalist Fellowship is designed to teach you on how to become an AI generalist in 6 months. And there is nothing like this, and you will learn with people all over the world. It's a global platform. People from 40 different countries are leveling up to become an AI generalist. And this year, we have taken the goal to train 2,500 people to become full stack AI generalist. And I welcome all of you people into this program. And the way we do it inside of this program is very different. This program is a place where you learn from leaders, a place where you meet fellow disruptors, a place where you learn AI by building. And this program is definitely not for you if you don't believe AI is going to change the world. If you are very uncomfortable going out of your comfort zone, if you could not understand anything about this mastermind that you have learned so far, if you're not interested in collaborating, or if you're a student who is like, Vaibhav, mujhe bas job chahiye, I just want a job or a degree, that's all I care about, then this program is not for you. And if you cannot keep your experience hat aside and learn, then this program is not for you. Right? I wanted to make it clear, if any of you are this, you can feel free to drop off. This program is not for you. Come back tomorrow to learn again. With that being said, let me give you the complete structure of the program. And it's very different to anything else that you have seen. Of course, we will teach you level 1 to level 5. We'll help you to build products and whatnot, right? This is how it goes. It starts with online onboarding. I told you it's a global community. People, the cohort 1 had people from 19 countries. Cohort 2 had people from close to 40 different countries. Yes, people from all over the world are part of this cohort. Outskill is truly global, right? So we do a 2-week online onboarding where you get to meet people, because the community that you'll be part of is going to be very, very, very important. So you get access to the community where you will learn together in the online onboarding. Then the phase 1 kicks in, where you will learn everything that I spoke about level 1 to level 5, right? In 5 months. I told you it's a 6-month program. Instead of spending 2 years learning it yourself, in 5 months with the best teachers in the world from Google, Meta, Nvidia, Microsoft, these are people who are working in co-pilots of the world and all, are going to come and teach you. And in phase 1, you're going to learn everything in just 5 months. Okay? Hand-hold it completely live. Then the phase 2 is the month 6, where you'll do a month-long capstone project. You will do a 1 full month of capstone project where whatever you have learned so far, right, you will learn to execute it. So you'll build an AI agent full-fledged, or you build a full-fledged AI software without or with or without writing a single line of code. It doesn't matter. You'll be able to build any which way. Now, once this is done, and phase 3 is where you do a demo day. So we do this demo day in Bangalore. The last one that we did was in partnership with Google, which happened in the Google headquarters. Yes, Outskill has direct partnerships with Google, Perplexity and things like that, right? Where you build, where you demo the things that you have built. And there will be live audience of 500 people in the auditorium, and also it will be telecasted live. And last one that we did had 1 million people watch it. So it's a 6 months program, online completely, but the demo day happens in Bangalore, and people from all over the world, whoever can come down, can come down to attend this, right? The next cohort is happening on the date that you can see on the screen. That is when the next cohort is happening. The time commitment that you need is 6 to 8 hours a week. The session timings for India is 7:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. This happens on weekends, like I said, Saturdays and Sundays. And we also have office hours during weekdays if you want to attend. That is not mandatory. So basically, you have to spend these 7:30 to 8:32 slots, and you can spend a couple of hours to do your own thing. And just in case if you are not able to attend any of the session, you can get access to all the recordings as well. Not a problem. Guys, if you can't dedicate 6 months to become an AI generalist, to become such an important skill at this point of time, well, I have a feeling that if you do it, if you learn it yourself also, it's fine. If you do it, this could fundamentally change the trajectories of lives, because the AI stuff that's happening is as real as it gets. And like I said, you will learn from the best people all over the world, like Chris from GitHub, Francisco from Docker, from Gene from Envision Pharma, Sagar from Amazon, who's an AI researcher, Sandeep, AI researcher, Sagar, who's a tech lead at Metadome, Priyanku, who's a creative wizard, Manish, who you guys will see tomorrow in the automation session, Divij, who works in the co-pilot team of Microsoft, Ben, who is the founder of Ben AI, who is an AI agent expert, and Vineet, who is from Google. You'll get to learn from the best people in the world only. Now, let's quickly come to the enrollment process. How do you come into the program? If you guys are wondering, this is one of those places where I will just share a payment link with you and you have to pay for the program. Sadly, you're out of luck. You cannot pay to join this program because we interview and select every single person. The only thing that you can do today is to book an interview and do the interview, and if you get selected in the interview, that is when you get to join the program. The cohort 1 that we did close to 5,000 interviews and we selected 240 people from that in 20 different countries. In cohort 2, which we took enrollments for like a few months, right, we did 20,000 people who applied for the program. Okay, 20,000 people, actually 24,000 people, and we selected 420 people. Around 420, 430 people is what we selected, and this time there were people from 40 different countries. The cohort 3 is going to come in very, very soon, like you guys can see that, right? So there is no way you can join the program directly because the acceptance rate right now is at 4.5%. That is, if 100 people apply for this program, 4.5 people are able to get into this program. So there is no way to pay to join. You guys will have to interview if you are keen, right? Because we want the right set of people. I don't have the bandwidth. The team doesn't have the bandwidth. Nobody has the energy to train millions of people. All these programs that we do it for free so that we can train as many people as possible. But AI generalist, we want to take bets at the right people so that they can actually get the outcomes that we want, right? But there was a challenge. When we did the first few interviews, we got burnt out. As a result, we started to introduce a registration fee. That is, for you to book an interview, just like a top university or college out there, right? You have to pay 5,000 rupees as an application fee. Once you pay that, you will get a chance to interview. If you get selected, great. If you don't get selected, we can't do much. That's it, right? Because the registration fee is taken so that the value of the person's time is handled, the cost of time for us to process applications is right, and we don't lose money there. Because the interviews are not done by random people. The interviews are actually done by AI generalists at our company. And these are very expensive people. But with that being said, because we were doing this mastery just now, and we wanted to make sure it is accessible to as many people as possible, what we have done, in fact, my team has convinced, this we usually do for paid users, but for free users for the first time, my team has convinced me to take 50 enrollments. First 50 registrations, that is registrations for you to book an interview for free. So my team will share the calendar link in like 5 minutes when I ask them to, not right now. But we are going to take 50 people interviews because we have some time this week as well. We were going to take 50 interviews for free. After the 50 interviews are done, you have to pay a 5,000 rupee registration fee. Okay, that is how it will go. So, but before we share the link with you, I have a request for you people. Please don't book an interview if you are not sure about it. I will talk about the program price and everything as well. Don't book an interview unless you are very sure you want to attend. Please respect people's time. Okay, so first 50 people are going to get the bookings, that is the appointment, that is the interview registration. We are waiving off the registration fee for the first 50 people. After that, you can always pay 5,000 to book an interview for yourselves, right? With that being said, let's quickly jump into the price. Like you can see, it's a global program. People from all over the world join. We have the best teachers in the world, and we are very, very selective. So this program we try to keep the price down as much as possible, but this is what we could get to. The price of the program for the whole 6 months is 3.2 lakhs if you're in India, and if you're in international countries like US and all, you have to pay $8,000. But with that being said, we are currently running early bird for cohort 3, and it is valid till 29th. Right? The early bird is valid till 29. So if you do an interview and get selected in the next 4 or 5 days, you basically get a flat 50% scholarship. As a result, you can join the program if you get selected at 1.6 lakhs. If you get selected, right? My team has shared the interview link right now in the chat. go ahead and block your interview. The first 50 interviews are free. After that, the cost of interview will be 5,000. I'm not sure if it will be left till tomorrow or not. So go ahead and grab it if you want to. In fact, to encourage women to join this program, we are doing an additional 10% scholarship for all the women candidates out there. So if you're a women candidate, you will additionally get a 16,000 rupee extra scholarship, essentially getting the program for 1.44 lakhs if you get selected. Like I said, a lot of people take a lot of offense when we basically reject them. They're like, how can you reject us? We have so many years of experience. In fact, a lot of people have written reviews saying that they rejected me. How can they do it? My interview went very well. They are biased and all of that. We are not biased. We are trying to get the right kind of people to join the program. That's all we are trying to do. So please don't take offense if you don't get selected. You have to understand that right now we are being very restrictive, but maybe in a couple of cohorts we'll make it easier for more people to join. So we'll look at the right people who have great ideas, who have the right intent, who will actually can become a AI generalist according to us and can add value. Because our goal is get 2,500 people per year and that's it. That is enough. We can't do more, but these people should go out and kill it out there. And that is our motivation, right? As a result, we have to be extremely selective. And finally, we're also doing student grants because we realize there could be a lot of college students who are just out of college and they can't afford even like a 50% scholarship. As a result, every cohort, we select 10 kids, 10 students who are currently studying full time or just out of college like a fresher, don't have a job right now, right, are less than 24 years old. If you are very, very good, you will get the Super 10 student scholarship. And if you get selected for Super 10 scholarship, you get the program for 99,000. If you get selected for the Super 10, but understand in every cohort that we do, we only take 10 students. So you have to be extremely good to be part of Super 10. So you can apply. Sometimes you might not get Super 10, but you will get a regular enrollment as well. Right? So that is how it works. If you get a Super 10 as a student, you basically get the program for 99,000 and that's the lowest we can do. And a few people might be like, Vaibhav, can you do it for free? I don't have a job. I understand all those situations. But sadly, these are the things that we can do for free. Because I can spend time as a founder, I can give you a lot of value. I can convince a few people. But a 6-month program cannot be done with 100% scholarship. It is not possible. It's very expensive and it's global, right? And we select very limited people. So that is why we can't do it. So folks, the team has shared the link of the interview. We've got 50 interviews. I don't know how many are left, but go ahead and block it if you're keen to do. Like I said, the enrollment process is simple. You go into that link, book your interview. If you get selected, you will get an acceptance letter. If you get rejected, you'll get a rejection letter. If you get accepted, that is when you have to pay for the program, all right, based on the scholarship that you have got. Now, like I said, there are going to be really credible people who will be doing your interviews. These are not random people. These are people who have spent years with me. I have personally trained them. They are all AI generalists who are going to be taking your interviews. And that's exactly why we can't keep the interviews for free. Because if we keep it for free, they don't have unlimited times. In cohort 1 and cohort 2, we got burnt out. As a result, we are reducing the number of calendars that we have to, reduce the number of interviews we take, but we take the best people. People with highest intent get to do the interview, but the team kind of convinced me for this week to kind of give away a few of the slots for free. So we are doing it. Once the 50 are done, you will have to pay for your interviews, right? And which is fair. Frankly, it's worth the 5,000 rupees as well, because you get a chance to talk to these people, right? So we have people like Uttam, Fani, Rashika, Om, Bharat, Fahad, Director of Growth. Uttam leads international growth and the AI generalist. Fani, you guys all met, is the programs lead and the AI strategist. Rashika is in